I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Just riding that wave.
Yeah, what a night, huh? Whole lot of nothing changed here in New Mexico.
Just a big whip crack and nothing.
Yeah.
I actually heard somebody say it was less of a red wave and more of a red squirt, which I did kind of appreciate.
It was pretty New Mexico. Like,
well, New
nothing
Mexico,
changes except for we might lose the one Republican seat that we had in the House. That one's still too close to call.
There's a few patches of red from what I've seen, but it looks like the Republicans will still maintain the Senate.
In the U.S.
Yeah.
That's still kind of up in the air.
It's up
right
in
now.
the air, but they're saying it's looking like promising.
Yeah, in the House, it's all up in the air still on the national level. But we know here in Nuevo Mexico, blue all the way. So. There you go. You got what you voted for.
I will say the Event Herald race is still pretty.
That one
still neck and neck.
Yeah, that one is still undetermined, but I think he had like around 1,000 vote lead or something.
It was under that. It was like I want to say like 600-700, which goes to show you just how important your one vote actually is.
Yeah. Well, I would say the redistricting you're now seeing the results of the redistricting after the census here. You saw that happen, and
hi, I'm Jerry. Gerrymander.
Yeah.
Have we met?
Well played, blue people. Blue side. They nailed it this one. So that's what we got for the next till the next election cycle anyway. Yep. So expect nothing to change here in the state. The numbers still will be 49th, 50th. And I'm not saying it would be anyway, but at least people just voted to say, we'll keep all our garbage the same. And then they think, we got to save abortion. You really think abortion was going to leave New Mexico? No way. No way. There's too liberal of a legislature for this. I don't care if Adolf Hitler was governor. There's no way.
It was a big Hail Mary.
Some people are like, what do you mean Adolf Hitler is governor? But I'm saying, actual
pulling out the abortion card right there in the at the end of the fourth quarter. It was a big Hail Mary, but I say she pulled it off.
But when you listen to a lot of exit polls and people talk, and that was the issue that seemed to weigh most in most people's minds. So it is what it is. So you got to deal with it. Or if you want more conservative, I guess maybe go check out Texas.
It's just right next door, and look at all you get.
Well, we had a bunch of people go to Texas last time we had an election. See what happens this time.
What happened to that rash of people that said they were going to go to Canada? That ever happen?
I hope they're there.
I hope they're enjoying themselves. I hear it's nice up there in the summertime.
Hockey night in Canada is pretty cool.
Curling night in America, dude. I used to. That was like appointment TV back when I had cable, or satellite. Curling night in America, which. Yes, it's obscure, but boy, is it a fun watch.
It's all happening at one bar in Minnesota.
That's right.
Well, happy Wednesday.
Yes.
If you're bummed out this morning, it's just an election. Do your life, live your life, do your thing. Do what you can do, control what you control.
That's right.
Live your life. Don't go off and get all weird on people and, get unbalanced.
What is the addict's prayer? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the ability to change the things that I can and the wisdom to know the difference.
There you go. That's sage advice. So I'm just going to move on to happy things.
Yes.
And we got a nice little gift yesterday.
We certainly did.
If folks may remember, a couple weeks ago, we had some of the student council from Nancy Lopez Elementary School join us.
The glare here.
They were promoting their reading night.
Can we get a zoom on that, Roy?
On November 1st. And so they took a field trip here. And so, but they had about 20 kids all together come. And most of them were on the radio. They all got a tour of the radio station, everything. So they were very thankful and sent us a beautiful gift basket full of
this is awesome. I'm just going to set
candy
this
and trail mix and water and a nice picture of the class when they were here.
They hooked us up quite a little bit.
Yeah,
got some beef jerky in here.
Said Kara Thomas beer, but he's getting none of this.
Oh yeah, no, he's not at all. Oh, and
I licked everything.
A card. Oh. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Oh, I haven't read it or anything. I haven't had a chance to get in there. Yeah. No one opened the card?
Nobody opened the card.
Aw.
We wanted to do the review on the radio.
I hope there's $5 in there. I'm just kidding.
$2.
Just remember my days from my Aunt Hannah.
You always get the number of years that you are. Of course, my Aunt Sandy, it was 1 to 18. She would always send you every single year on your birthday $1.
Oh. See, I had an Aunt Hannah. It was actually a great aunt. That I think I met like 3 times my whole life, but I got $5 from her every Christmas in a card.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Till like I was like 18 or whenever she passed.
So a nice thank you card here. It's and I'm just going to read what they said. Oh, of course he gets top billing. Dear Mr. Beard, Mr. Winters, Mr. Smalls, Mr. Todd, and Mr. Steve. By the way, Roy, you're Steve. I give him Monkey Steve. Or they were thanking our weather guy. I'm not sure which.
Could be Steve, our weather guy.
Mr. Steve. Our Nancy Lopez Elementary Student Council absolutely loved the visit to your radio station. You were friendly, encouraging, curious, and helpful. Our students' understanding of future possibilities increased because of your time and attention. Thank you so much, Katie Voss.
Well, that was very nice.
It's very nice. So thank you to Nancy Lopez.
I
love stuff like that.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
There's not very often that you get a chance to, like, especially in radio, it's sort of one of those, like, it's kind of a dying industry, as some people say. So it's nice when you can kind of like instill a little bit of inspiration to this career path to the next generation,
Yeah.
Like there might actually be a DJ from the next generation in that group.
Well, I'm sorry that they chose radio after this.
That saw us having fun and didn't see how we can't pay our bills. That's not the point. The point is the fun. The point is the fun.
Well, no, Tanner's Bruno.
Yes, Steve.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, well, she called me Steve after the Steve from Stranger Things because of my hair.
Hey, Steve.
Oh, that's why you're Steve.
Okay, I get it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you got Harrington hair. Hey, Steve, can you give me a monkey?
Yeah.
I really want a monkey, Steve.
Well, Tanner's Bruno from the Encanto.
Oh,
song.
Okay.
Well, we don't talk about him. That's why he's called Mr. Tanner. So, yeah.
Well, they're very happy with you, Steve. So.
Meat sticks and Snickers for all. Breakfast to champions.
Oh man! But yes, that was very nice of them. Thank you very much to those students and staff and everybody at Nancy Lopez for that kind little gift. That was very nice. We're glad to do it.
A quick moment yesterday. Part of me thought, if the election doesn't go the way things were planning, what if the apocalypse is on its way? We have sustainable goods here.
We're good for like an hour.
Yeah. If the world comes to an end, we're
not good
at
rationing.
We all gather here and we distribute rations.
We're not good at rationing.
I got dibs on the Slim Jims.
I ate all my nuts in like the first hour of the apocalypse.
Mike, where's your nutsack?
I ate them. Tacos haven't even started yet. I already ate them.
They just did the sirens like 20 minutes ago.
I still got my Capri Sun, though.
That's right. We each got our bottle of Fiji water. We should be good. Yeah, by the way, Fiji waters.
Yeah.
That's...
Getting fancy.
You don't get those until like the second date.
Yeah, only water I get from Fiji's out there tapped. Oh, man. Yes. So, yeah, it was very nice.
Very, very nice. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me give you the rundown for today's show.
Oh, yes.
I haven't done that yet. We were scheduled to have a guest. They can't make it today, so we'll go. We've been chit-chatting. Mm-hmm. I am going to play a quick interview we had a couple weeks ago with Don Weld from Friends of Bitter Lake. Mm-hmm. Had a short little interview just giving an update about Bitter Lake, promoting their Cranes and Cocoa, which is coming up here just after Thanksgiving. So I figure we'll play that short interview for you this hour. Gives us a chance to eat nuts and vent about yesterday.
Yeah.
Then in the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to have the folks from American Legion talking about Veterans Parade, which is this Saturday, giving us all the skinny, the details, and the all the information that you need for that. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Crystal Noble with the Humane Society going to join us here and give us an update on what's happening and what pets are available for adoption at the Humane Society.
Ah, yes.
See. Plus, we'll have all your features, your newses, local and national, your Kim Commando, Wall Street Town Hall business updates, and whatever else we can come up with.
It's not like there's anything to talk about. Nothing going on. Nah, it's fine.
Well, and I saw heard on the local news last hour about some of the elections, here locally, and most of those were uncontested. I did see the Judge Reardon lost her judgeship to Fingers, the judge from Lovington. That was about the only thing
be honest.
that I heard that was connected.
Be honest. You just voted for him because his name is Finger. Am I right? You didn't know anything about you just wanted Finger in the office. Let's be honest. Roy Forehead wins every time.
You want a chance in a political race?
Last name, body part.
That's right.
Make it happen. I, Jim Earlobe, am here to tell you that we can make a difference. Thomas Kneecap here.
Wait till you get to the Latin terms. Gluteus Maximus Jones.
And I'm here to tell you that my platform as Bill Pernium, we stand for nothing. Tain't nothing gonna change.
I'm Jack Cornea.
In our democracy.
Actually, that sounds like a hard good name.
You know what perineum is?
Probably not. I didn't do well in anatomy.
Well, it ain't much of anything.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you. It is 17. Yeah.
Who didn't?
It's 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a look at your weather, which going to be a little windy today. Because that'll be nice. But at least it'll be warm.
Windy today, misty tomorrow, probably a couple other stripper names before the weekend.
Bubbles, wait till later.
Bubbles happening coming on Friday.
Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front working its way in from the southwestern states, so we'll have a mix of sunshine and clouds this morning, but sunshine this afternoon. Wind will be gusty ahead of that cold front, around 30 miles an hour today, and this afternoon's high about 80. Overnight will be clear, mid-40s, and then quite a bit cooler on Thursday after that cold front moves through. We'll stay in the mid-60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 61 degrees, a little overcast, a little foggy out there this morning. Humidity is at 87%. Winds currently out of the south at 17 miles per hour. Expect some patchy fog to linger around in certain areas here till about 9 o'clock this morning. Mostly cloudy this morning, but gradually becoming sunny. Highs near 80 today, 79 officially. Winds are going to get breezy as well out of the south, 10 to 15 miles this morning, 20 to 25 later this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 44 degrees. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. For you Thursday, a little bit cooler tomorrow. We'll be in the upper 60s. Sunny skies, 67 for a high tomorrow. Winds will be out of the northwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 36. Winds out of the north, 5 to 10. For you Veterans Day on Friday, sunny skies, a high of 54 with northeast winds at around 15 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear, overnight low of 30. And then cooler temps for Saturday as well, 54 for a high on Saturday as well. And then Sunday, mostly sunny, 61 for a high there. So enjoy your 80 today because it'll be a little cooler for the next few days afterwards. Don't forget, today at high noon, on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. The county, Chaves County, they're going to have a little Veterans Day declaration on the courthouse lawn. They'll have some presentations. They're going to be giving out the green light bulbs to show your support for veterans out there. They encourage everyone veterans, anybody, come on out on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn for the proclamation. Today at noon, they're going to honor all branches of the service with their little proclamation, and of course, they're going to do pass out those light bulbs and everything. So just a little Veterans Day, quick little honoring of our veterans at 12 noon today here on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. If you're out and about for lunch here, I know road constructions is on Main Street, and they're focusing on downtown and a little south of us now. They've kind of shifted from the north, and now they're down central south on Main Street. So it's a little bit squirrely getting in and out of that area, but would love to have you come out at noon today and support our veterans and be a part of that great little ceremony there. All right, it is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And then on the other side, we're going to play our interview we had with Don Weld from Friends of Bitter Lake, just kind of giving us an update on what's happening out there. So that's up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday. It'll get better. Cheer up.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown. ENMU Roswell welcomes new and returning students to register online and on campus for the spring 2023 semester. Prepare for brighter days ahead and learn new career skills in arts and sciences, technical and health education right here at home. Classes start January 17th. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7000 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
You're invited to the annual Veterans Day Parade and Celebration, Saturday, November 12th, beginning at 9 a.m. on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. Featuring guest speakers Sean Nicholson, music from Matt Miller and Tom Blake, and the laying of the wreaths by the Cub Scouts. The parade begins at 10 a.m. and moves north from the courthouse to the Wool Bowl. And enjoy special displays and food vendors after the parade in the Wool Bowl parking lot. To be a part of the event, contact Stephen Lee with the American Legion at 720-272-1455. Join us Saturday, November 12th, 9 a.m. on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. Sponsored by Roswell Ford.
If a sports injury is keeping you from the physical activities you love, the sports medicine team at Artesia General Hospital can help. Their orthopedic specialists and physical therapists work closely with you throughout diagnosis and treatment. No matter the injury, from ACL injuries, golfers and tennis elbow to foot and ankle pain, they'll get you back in the game. Appointments are available in Artesia or Carlsbad. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/sports.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits or the astronauts? Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, Don Weld, back with us wearing that hat today, not Alzheimer's hat, although... Real quick, you guys recently had your Alzheimer's walk just a week or so ago.
Yeah, that was last Saturday.
Good turnout, good amount of money raised, and everything.
I think there was an article in the paper about it. Excellent turnout, and I want to thank the public for supporting us for that. That was like really nice.
One of these years, at one of these walks, they're going to say, "We got it." You know, we found the cure. We found the treatment to help. People, reverse.
We're looking for that white flower.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah,
like they're making great strides, and I think I'm thinking a few more years of research and money development, and money and all that being poured into the research will bear some good fruit here.
We will do that. So. Yes, we're looking there.
But let's turn our attention to Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. Of course, speaking of other busy events, they just had Dragonfly Festival a few weeks ago. At first. Regular Dragonfly Festival in a couple of years, and sounds like everything I heard and saw. Another great event. Lots of people came out. Everybody had a good time, and
we had a great time. And it's a full. I mean, it was full. We went right up to our capacity. We didn't know that it was going to do that much.
Yeah.
But we're glad to have it.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll be back next year too.
Good deal. So people, and to be honest, you don't have to wait till next Dragonfly Festival to come out to Bitter Lake Wildlife.
Every day we're open.
Exactly.
The nature store is now open Monday through Saturday.
Okay, 6 days a week now.
6 days a week, 9 to 4. We what happens is that we have volunteers who come in. We call them RVers.
Okay.
And they come in and spend the time right on site.
Okay.
They live on
So they're
site.
almost like a groundskeeper for a little bit there. Not in terms of doing like yard work, but as far as running the store and making sure everything's secure
Correct.
around the store and around the entrance area and where people kind of hang out there before they go off to the trails.
And
all
they
that.
do go out on the trails sometimes just to make sure, pick up the trash and whatnot.
Sure.
Unfortunately, there's still people who.
Some people,
don't let their, shouldn't
bring their
do
bottles
it.
of water with them and leave them there.
That's right. When I used to travel or do a lot of hiking and camping, you always had that little saying, carry in, carry out.
Yep. It was always when I was in the Scouts.
Yep.
The rule of thumb was always leave a place nicer than you found it.
There you go.
That was
it.
So whenever we camped or whatever, you left it better than the condition it was when you got there.
Yep.
So so there is that mindset. But so please use that same mindset when you do walk the trails. We love and encourage you to come out and see all the beautiful trails and wildlife and everything that's there. But remember, that's their house, not yours.
Right.
So please treat their house with respect.
Now the Oxbow Trail, the trail that's furthest south of the main refuge, that trail was a 3-mile walk, a big loop.
Okay.
It is still in disrepair from the floods that we had earlier.
So not safe for.
It's going to take a while before they can build that trail back up to where it's safe to walk on. So keep that in mind. The rest of the trails are open. We have a bird blind that's open now.
Yeah, that was something they worked on heavily during COVID.
We did, and we got it all open. It's ADA compliant.
Nice.
You can actually get wheelchairs all the way up to the bird blind.
So
it
folks,
makes a nice view in both directions.
So folks with limited abilities like that, please don't let that be your obstacle from coming out to Bitter Lake. We can accommodate.
In fact, Commander Lee from Post 61 actually took that ride.
He is was he the tester of
I guess. So we got that in there, and that's looking good. The cranes are there. I'm sure that people have been hearing
they're
them
in town
and seeing them.
Yeah,
they're flying around. So we got cranes out here. We got the geese. The Canada geese are also in landing and coming in. This is when they're starting to get our biggest.
So this is kind of the heavy. Now we're getting into the heavy visitation, or
right.
In essence, the cranes are migrating for the winter here.
Correct.
And as we joke about every time, which it's a joke, but it really is Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge is in essence a pilot flying J for these
folks. You got it.
And they come in and get watered and fed and rest up as they continue on their journey.
Most
to
of them
warmer
go
climates.
on down as far south as the Gulf Coast.
Okay.
But there are now the geese like to stay here. We get geese here more than we do the cranes.
Okay.
But the cranes, for the most part, we'll see a peak. We've seen as many as 25,000 at one time.
Wow.
But that's, and then they move on. We do get a core group that stays here for the winter, but for the most part, they move on.
They must come from like farther north and thinking, "No, it's warm enough here."
Yeah, that could be. They're up in Siberia.
Yeah.
So, in fact, one year we had these are lesser cranes. They had a larger. Oh, what's the name of that crane? Oh. Steve would tell me right away, but it's a different variety of the same thing, and it must have been a storm or something. He got blown off course, wound up with the cranes that come down here, the sandhills, and just stayed with them for the winter.
Okay.
And he was a much bigger. You could spot him like that because he was much bigger. Went back
and I'm guessing
in the spring, and
the flock lets them hang out and invites them in, and they're good with it. So
no problem. It was
you ever
neat.
wonder though if they get back with his own tribe there or whatever?
Well, when they left in the spring, he went back.
I guess
up.
Go back to the same place.
Yeah,
and
and
like,
he went back up to where he
you
wanted to be.
I lost you. I took a left at Albuquerque, like Bugs
there
Bunny.
you go. You got it. But he made it back. I guess we never saw him again. So
he was just a one-time deal, one-time visit. Man. So
like me, like the world travel.
Yeah, exactly. But folks, coming up here is an event. Now, like we said, come out any day to kind of look at the cranes right now while they're parked here and visiting. But it's this Saturday, right? Or is it next Saturday?
No, the cranes in Cocoa.
Yeah.
Is actually the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay, so it's still in a month away. I was thinking it was coming up here.
Yeah, no, we got another month.
I was thinking it was right around the corner.
Yeah, it'll be the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay, so we're about a month away.
And come out about 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Have a cup of cocoa with us and a couple of cookies. And, well, I won't be there, but we'll have a cup of cocoa. There'll be a little talk. As I understand it, Jim Montgomery will come down and do his crane talk.
Okay.
He likes to do that, and he's very well versed on the cranes. So he'll do this little talk, and then just before sunset, we'll do a little caravan and drive out around. Everybody drive out there, and we'll watch the cranes come in. What the cranes do is during the day, they leave the refuge, go around to the fields and eat bugs and things like that, and insects and things that are damaging the crops.
Sure.
They're out there taking care of the crops.
So they're an asset to our community.
They very definitely
They earn their keep while they're staying here.
They do. Yeah, they do. And they get rid of most of that bugs and stuff for us. And
we all know when it gets buggy around here, I'll be very thankful for these cranes to fatten up their bellies.
Yeah. And then they'll come back to the refuge in the evening and spend the night.
Nice.
So
good deal.
And that's what we look for.
So please come out. That mark it on your calendars. That Saturday after Thanksgiving. Of course, you're going to be spending time with family that Thursday. Probably up at Dark 30 shopping on Friday.
There you go.
And so Saturday, you're probably maybe had your fill of people. So come and spend time with cranes.
That will be the 26th.
Okay, and of course,
November.
I'd say it's quiet and everything, and which is true, but they are cranes. They tend to squawk and hawk and make noises, but certainly it's going to be much more peaceful than the city hustling, bustling, and shopping and crowded stores and all that stuff. So
they squawk like that to communicate with each other. It's like, okay, let's go over here now.
Okay,
no, let's go down there. Now, everybody get together. A lot of this that they do here, they have new young that they just fledged out in Canada or in Siberia or wherever up north. They fly down here. This is their first trip, and the parents all are training them how to fly in a group.
Gotcha.
Because that group flying, the way they fly only puts pressure on the front guy.
Got you.
And then he'll move off, and another one will take over for a while. So it only
think of it like NASCAR drafting in cars. And,
there you go.
They're using the Gulf Stream to their advantage, and so they're you look at an airplane and how an airplane's designed is designed that way to fly. In essence, the cranes and everything are doing a formation to protect the flock.
That's right, and keep them
so that the winds
nobody wears out that much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
It is,
and so to see the kind of the evolution of the young learning because I'm guessing next season they're the ones that are going to be the lead ducks.
That's right.
Or lead cranes here.
Yeah.
So absolutely,
they have to work their way up the hierarchy, and in a couple of years they've got parents. They'll be the parents and guiding their kids.
You know how we'll teach the kids about all this? We'll make a Disney Pixar movie about it.
There you go.
If we do that, then everyone's going to be an expert on cranes all
there
of a
sudden.
There you
go. and the geese do pretty much the same thing.
Sure. I'm guessing that's probably common across all the migratory birds.
It is.
They kind of all, maybe they have different formations and things, but the concept of what they're doing is the same,
Yeah.
Because, all birds aren't created equal. Some birds are more proficient at this than other birds that, so the bigger, larger birds can probably handle turbulence and the things that when they get up at certain altitudes and things, where a smaller bird probably gets, knocked around a little bit when that happens. So just stuff like that, but anyway, so mark November 26th. What time is everything getting underway for?
About 2 o'clock.
About 2 p.m. Officially, I think everything will kind of start at 3-ish, but get there about 2 to get your cocoa and get settled in and all that good stuff.
Look around the nature store. It's a beautiful panoramic view from the nature store, too. So.
And I would love to encourage you to shop that store. That store supports Bitter Lake. That's what it is. It's run by the Friends of Bitter Lake. All the money that's raised from it goes back to programs and conservation projects and everything that's part of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. That store supports that. So please come in there. They got great gift ideas. Sure, if you want T-shirts and things, but if you're looking for books, educational materials and things like that, or just gee whiz information stuff, that store's got a lot of stuff that'll
T-shirts.
Yeah, but like I said, you want hats and T-shirts and the
I got my T-shirt.
Show your support. Please purchase. But all that goes back to preserving that refuge.
That's exactly what it's for. That is the support for things like Dragonfly Festival, Cranes and Cocoa.
Yeah.
See, we don't charge for any of this.
Yeah, it's all
free. So, but we have to pay for it somehow, and that's where the nature store, donations, things of that nature. And then next year we're going to be doing the butterfly trail in the spring. We got to go out and clean it up, put down some plants for the butterflies.
Nice. And that's what you're supporting by buying T-shirts and books and puzzles and things like that, and all kinds.
And we'll let you know next spring when we need help. Doing the cleanup and the butterfly trail. And
could always use a few more good strong backs out there to work. So.
Yeah, we got a lot of junk to move out, and
don't forget, with the holidays around the corner, probably find some pretty cool gift ideas out there too. Toys for kids and things like that, to mementos, keepsakes for maybe out of town. If you're looking for some New Mexico type things for out of town friends and family, you'll find great gifts there.
For the ladies, they have great earrings.
Okay,
fellas. Some of the fellas might want clothes.
Well, I was going to say fellas for gifts to buy them. Keep you out of trouble, or buy a pair and keep it handy for when next time you're in the doghouse, and then you can pull them out.
There you go. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good deal. Yeah.
If anybody has any questions about anything we're talking about here, if you go online to friendsofbitterlake.org, that website, you can do a lot of research on your own and learn things about Friends of Bitter Lake, some of their upcoming events and things like that. If someone had to call the store or anything is there a number they can call? I know, like you said, like they're 9 to 4 Monday through Saturday now here, but
you want to go to 575-244-6256.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then of course, look for the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge on Facebook as well, and you can always shoot questions.
There you go.
And Steve or Don or someone will get those answered for you.
Yeah.
So, good deal. Well, thank you, sir.
Okay.
I'll see you. I think I'll see you here pretty soon if I don't see you.
A few hours tonight.
Oh yeah, tonight too. So.
I don't know if you're going to be there tonight.
Oh yeah, that's not. Yeah, what is today? I was thinking maybe next. That's next week.
It's a Thursday, but this is not our meeting.
Yeah, it's next week.
Yeah. Next week's our meeting night.
Well, thank you, Don, and we'll see you next time, okay?
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Secretary of State's office is reporting that Republican David Finger has defeated Democrat challenger and incumbent Eileen Reardon for the 5th Judicial District Court Division I seat. Reardon was appointed to the position last year and had previously served 25 years as the city attorney in Carlsbad. Finger of Lovington had been a Lee County magistrate judge since 2011. The New Mexico House District 66 contest saw Artesia Republican Jimmy Mason defeating Libertarian candidate Andrew Kennedy by an 81 to 19% margin. That seat had been vacated by Independent Phelps Anderson of Roswell, who was thrust out of the district because of boundary changes. The district now covers the area east of Roswell over to Lovington, on to parts of Artesia and areas in and around Carlsbad. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Sorello.
The old saying, when it rains, it pours, couldn't be more true for Elon Musk. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by CarShield. With a CarShield protection plan, surprise breakdowns won't break the bank. Save 10% at carshield.com/Kim. It was John Arbuthnot, Queen Anne's doctor in the early 1700s, who coined the phrase, when it rains, it pours. When one thing goes wrong, everything else goes sideways too. Let's talk about Elon Musk. Since his acquisition of Twitter, the MIT Technology Review published that almost 900,000 Twitter accounts were deactivated. Poof! Another 400,000 were suspended. Gone. Twitter ad revenue has plummeted. Meanwhile, a full-page ad in the New York Times claims Tesla's $15,000 option, AutoDrive, won't stop or swerve for small children. It runs them over. And Tesla stock has lost half its value in just 1 year. But we are talking about Elon Musk. He may be down, but never count him out. Try my new daily podcast called Kim Commando today. These days, every new potential hire can feel like a high-stakes wager for your small business. You want to be 100% certain that you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps find the right people for your team faster and for free. Add your job in the purple hashtag hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile to spread the word that you're hiring. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the candidates worth interviewing. Did you know every week, nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. The address again, linkedin.com/Kim, linkedin.com/Kim.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Hey, congratulations to a couple of notable results at the cross-country meet this past weekend in Albuquerque. Gerardo Mendoza from Hagerman finished 4th overall in the Class 2A boys race. 17:07 was his finishing time, only 16 seconds off of the lead. And in the girls race and Class 2A, Emily Martin from Gateway Christian finished 12th overall, and the Gateway team finished in 9th place. Hey, the state soccer all-star games are happening this weekend in Albuquerque. It doesn't take long. I know the season just ended, but this Saturday, the girls all-stars, these are seniors, will play at noon, and then the boys at 2 o'clock. On the girls' side, Mariana Perez from Goddard, she was picked as an at-large selection. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at LaGroneFuneralChapels.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street and investment firm leaders have been prominent in the list of top individual donors ahead of yesterday's midterm elections, with influential mega donors growing. That's according to Open Secrets. Most of the top donors this cycle are the same people who have topped political contribution lists in the past years. Voters have become deeply discouraged about the state of America and its future. AP Votecast shows, with high inflation and concerns about the fragility of democracy heavily influencing their decisions made in Tuesday's midterm elections. The city of Boston has agreed to pay more than $2.1 million to the Christian legal organization that backed a court challenge after the city refused to fly a Christian flag outside City Hall, a case that made it all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. The settlement announced Tuesday by Liberty Counsel covers attorney's fees and other costs associated with the legal battle that started in 2017. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hi, this is Mikey, General Manager at Roswell Nissan. During this Thanksgiving season, Roswell Nissan would like to thank all of our valued customers and thank you for putting your trust and confidence in Roswell Nissan. Roswell Nissan will be closed this Thanksgiving to spend time with our families and back to regular business and burning off all that turkey and gravy on Friday. We know you have a choice when buying and servicing your vehicles. Thank you for choosing Roswell Nissan. We won't settle for less than what's best for you. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at Roswell Nissan.
Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires.
Now through November 13th, save $70 to $100 instantly on select in-stock sets of Pirelli, Nexen, and Aspen tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for details.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:48. Now that elections are done, we can turn our attentions to football. Yes. And volleyball, too. We got high school playoffs. State playoffs going on here. Volleyball, the Goddard Lady Rockets are the 1 seed in their state playoff bid. And their first game in Rio Rancho will take place tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We will have that game for you right here on the radio. Now, it is tournament style, so 3 o'clock might float a little bit. Because it is the playoffs and the tournament, and so if the games don't finish on time, then they get pushed back. And so it's scheduled to start at 3. Don't be surprised if it doesn't start a little later, because that's how playoffs work. Mm-hmm. But Goddard Lady Rockets will play their first game. They got a first round bye, so they'll play their first game 3 o'clock tomorrow. If they win, then they're not back on the court until 9:45 Friday morning.
Right.
We'll have that game for you here on the radio. If Goddard does not win the 3 o'clock game tomorrow, they'll play again, I think like 7:45 or something, 7:30. I don't remember what the time is. Thursday night. But hopefully they win, and then we just worry about Friday. But either way, we're going to have those games for you up through championship here Saturday as far as they go. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs are the 3 seed. We'll be carrying their games on our sister station, 990 AM, 93.7 FM translator there in Artesia. Audio only on KSVPTV.com for both games. But we'll have those through Kelly McDonald and Joby Hotling are going to be heading to Rio Rancho to cover the games for us. So,
oh, man.
Yeah. And then
I was like, then they're going to turn around and come back and do playoff football.
Well, this is where it gets tricky because we do have football playoffs Friday and Saturday.
Right.
And
Mostly Saturday.
Yeah, and Roswell, Goddard, and Artesia all have representation there. So those guys will call games Thursday, Friday, and come back Friday to cover Saturday games.
Man.
Coach Chris Deck, who's going to be here with Coach Roy Ball to call Friday's Goddard football game here against Deming Friday night, which, by the way, we'll have on the radio, 106.1 FM Firo, live streaming video of the game, KSVPTV.com.
Yep.
That game starts at 6, not 7.
Right. 5:45 pregame.
Yeah, 6 p.m. kickoff for Friday night. So make notes an hour earlier than you normally would.
Or just go back, set your clocks back forward an hour, and then it starts at 7.
There you go. Boom. So technically it starts at the same time. The clock's just moved.
It starts exactly the same time as it did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the clock's just moved.
Yep.
But anyway, 6 p.m. In case I confused you there with all that. And then now after the game, if Goddard is still in it for a championship game on Saturday, he's going to travel to Rio Rancho to go call the Saturday championship game while Kelly comes back to call the Coyotes game, which will be Kelly and his son on Saturday calling the Coyotes game, which you'll hear right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and live streaming video, KSVPTV.com. That kickoff is at 1 p.m. Saturday.
I gotta say, it's downright decent of him to do all this and also, opt to pay his own gas mileage. I mean, that's just downright doggone decent of you, dude. The boss offered him the gas card. He said, "No, it's on me. It's on me. It's all on me." In fact, 3 more people. I'll buy gas for you too. Nice guy. Nice guy.
Kelly has to come get his equipment, so if he punches you,
it's all right. My door has a lock. It's fine. Just punch right through that glass. You know what? That's going to be on you.
Yeah.
Just text.
But yes, Art Sandoval is going hunting this weekend. So Kelly and his son will be calling the game.
Buddy. I like there's
you better
going
bring
on
me
then.
some meat if you.
I'm saying you better bag something.
Yeah, give me a sandwich or something. Jerky.
Then again, what's he going hunting? Because I have seen clips from Dahmer.
Yeah, deer is what
you don't want. You don't necessarily take a sandwich from a stranger.
But yes, Art will be doing the pregame with Coach Jeff Lynn for that. So, but yeah, he's going.
I think he used to come in, do the pregame in his full hunting attire with like the gun in a bag,
just like Elmer Fudd,
just ready to. And then like as soon as the thing's over, and I'm out. And he takes off.
Rabbit season, duck season, deer season,
coyote season.
But yes, coyote football, 1 o'clock Saturday, and then of course Artesia Bulldogs. They play 1 o'clock Saturday as well.
Yes.
We'll have that game for you, 990 AM, 93.7 and FM translator for the radio broadcast, KSVP TV for video. Methinks this will probably be the last week we can video stream football.
Yeah. They get a little antsy about letting us do playoff football.
Yeah. And so I don't anticipate. We'll have radio coverage. Don't worry, but I don't anticipate after this weekend us getting video permissions, the rights to buy.
Sure.
The permission to buy the rights is what it is, because that's something we have to do for this. This costs, this costs a lot of money for us to purchase these rights and things. So, but that's even if they let us,
right?
Which is kind of messed up, but it is the world we live in.
There's this is completely off topic, but there's a subreddit called Bone Apple Teeth.
Okay.
And it's basically people just terribly mispronouncing names of foods.
Yes.
And for some reason, when you just said permission, it reminded me that somebody posted a picture of chicken parmesan and it just said chicken permission. And so chicken permission just has become like a thing in my world.
I do enjoy some good chicken permission.
There's also on that same page, this girl says, she's like, oh, I can't have ice cream no more, girl. I got lactose and toddler ants. I'm like, lactose and toddler ants.
Yeah.
That's genius.
That's great.
Yeah. But we haven't been given chicken permission for the playoff games, so you'll get the radio-only coverage here on our stations.
It should be a board game. You should talk to Milton Bradley.
Chicken permission?
No, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Bone apple teeth, the game.
No. The whole and the ants, whatever the back.
Lactose and toddler ants.
Yeah, toddler ants.
That's right up there with Chutes and Ladders.
Yeah, I feel like that should be one of those games. That's kind of
sounds violent though.
Speaking of that, I on the History Channel on Sunday nights, I DVR them and watch them usually Monday at lunch. But you know how they have I talked about before the toys that built America.
Oh, yeah.
The thing. So they're doing new ones of the toys that built America. And so I just watched the one that was this past weekend, and it's about Marvin Glass. Marvin Glass is an iconic. He was like a salesman. He's like one of the last of the old school.
Like door-to-doors.
Kind of, but not a door-to-door guy. He didn't go door-to-door. But basically, he was the think tank. He created the think tank for many toys.
Okay.
Many toys that you think of from the 70s, like Mousetrap was the one that got him.
Oh, okay.
Then Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Really?
There's so many of them. And matter of fact, because plastic, some guy came to him and because during World War II, metal was non-existent. It was all being used for the war effort. So board games, things they make out of cardboard, became much more popular in the 40s and 50s.
There's a fun story, by the way, about a Monopoly board that was snuck across enemy lines in World War II. That underneath the map or underneath the board, like if you cut it open with a razor blade, was a map to like figure out how to get to break out of the jail that they were being held in.
That's very Hogan's Heroes-esque.
Really was. Like, why would we want to play Monopoly? And then, like, I guess it also had like instead of Monopoly money, it had real cash to kind of help.
Oh, nice.
Help along. Yeah.
I still want to be the thimble.
It's fine as long as I get to be the little doggy.
But yeah. So this guy, he's like, well, I've got and plastic has been around since the turn of the century, but it wasn't
industrialized.
Yeah, and
plastics
popularized and things for public consumption until pretty
later, much everything that all the technology we have now was pretty much all created, invented, discovered in war efforts.
Yeah,
essentially.
And then basically, and that's how Mousetrap came to be, because basically, Marvin Glass was kind of bored. He didn't like board games. He was kind of he was like, and he said, well, what if we make them 3-dimensional? And that's when and some guy came in saying, because basically people pitch him ideas and then he basically gloms them and takes all the money. That's kind of Marvin Glass's move.
Nice.
But he some guys like, saying, I know you make toys and stuff, but I got this Mousetrap here. Wouldn't maybe manufacture these? And that's when he was in that part of being a manufacturer versus being a designer.
Right.
And so basically he went the design route because all the money's in getting the ideas to the people and let Milton Bradley and Parker Brothers figure out how to make the logistics. Yeah. So based off this guy and then his other connection with the guy that can make things out of plastic, who, matter of fact, that came the chopping, the little teeth, the chatter.
Oh,
with the walk around.
Yeah.
That was his first toy that made it big.
Basically, anytime you've heard a commercial that talks about cold, you've heard his teeth.
If you want the first plastic toy that came out mass produced and everything, it's the chattering teeth.
Okay.
With the little wind up and the feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the one. But
That's
anyway,
nifty.
that begat Mousetrap, which begat pretty much your computer game consoles.
Have you ever put together successfully the game Mousetrap and like had it run successfully?
I did as a kid. I haven't done it recently.
It is the most satisfying thing on the planet Earth because it's almost always that cage is going to catch on the way down. But when you start to finish and it works perfectly, oh, these hills sing.
I remember doing it as a child. By the way.
Right. No, as a child. Yeah.
Yes. Did you look at our buddy Chris's Facebook page?
No.
Our Chris Whipperman, our salesman. He shared a video about these two kids doing a 1 to 100 difficulty, like making baskets and stuff. Watch the video. when they get to like the later levels, the 60 on up, just straight insane.
It's basically, it turns into that McDonald's commercial from the 90s with Michael Jordan and Larry Bird.
But they actually do these things. Of course, I imagine there's thousands and that. Like there's one that
off the wall,
where the two
off
kids,
the scoreboard, nothing but net.
And they look like they're about 17, somewhere in that ball, 18 maybe.
Right.
But we got time. I'll tell you next hour. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. News is up next. We'll be back.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Dreaded by the Democrats, eagerly anticipated by the Republicans, that red wave never did pan out yesterday, although House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy optimistic that Republicans will take control of the House once all of the votes have been tallied.
When you wake up tomorrow, we will be in the majority and Nancy Pelosi will be in the minority.
Control of the Senate hinges on undecided races in Arizona and Nevada, Wisconsin and Georgia, where the hard-fought U.S. Senate race appears headed for a runoff.
Georgia requires a majority to win statewide office, and with most of the votes counted, neither Democratic incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock nor Republican challenger Herschel Walker has reached the 50% threshold. Without a majority of votes, the two candidates would campaign for another month for a runoff election on December 6th.
That's correspondent Greg Clugston. A red seat is going blue in the U.S. Senate.
I'll be the next U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania.
Democrat Fetterman defeated Republican nominee Mehmet Oz, a cardiothoracic surgeon known to millions of Americans as Dr. Oz, thanks to his career as a daytime TV talk show host. The high-stakes contest was the most expensive Senate race in the country as well as in state history, with more than $200 million funneled in to support the candidates. Former President Donald Trump played a crucial role in Oz's victory in the Republican primary over hedge fund manager David McCormick and conservative activist Kathy Barnett. Bernie Bennett reporting.
And among the gubernatorial contest, New York Democrat Hochul declaring victory over Republican Zeldin. It was a big win for Republican DeSantis in Florida. In Michigan, Democrat Whitmer gets another term. Kemp wins in Georgia. Abbott, the victor in Texas. Stocks deep in the red on Wall Street this morning. The Dow down 257 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Don Beck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
China's climate envoy has confirmed that he has met with his U.S. counterpart for talks at the COP27 summit.
Xie Jianhua from China and John Kerry from the U.S. have known each other for years. Now, Mr. Xie has confirmed that even after the two countries silenced almost all communications following the visit by the U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan, the two men continue to talk behind the scenes. However, China is carrying out some climate activity on its own. It's pledged to do more to cut emissions of the potent greenhouse gas methane, but it hasn't signed a U.S. and EU-led initiative to cut methane by 30% by 2030.
The BBC's Celia Hatton. Holocaust survivors warning about the reemergence of anti-Semitism as they mark the 84th anniversary of Kristallnacht, a night of broken glass and Nazis terrorized Jews throughout Germany. Townhall.com. North Korea has fired off a short-range ballistic missile toward its eastern sea.
Seoul's Joint Chiefs of Staff said the missile was launched from the western town of Sukchom, north of the capital Pyongyang, and flew across the country toward waters off the north's eastern coast. The group didn't immediately release more specific flight details. The launch comes after North Korea fired dozens of missiles last week in an angry reaction to a massive combined aerial exercise between the US and South Korea that the North described as an invasion rehearsal. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
American basketball star Brittany Griner has been moved to a penal colony in Russia. A Russian court rejecting her appeal of a 9-year sentence for drug possession. Her legal team says Griner was transferred 5 days ago from a detention center and is on her way to the penal colony. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2 of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Welcome to it. Hope you're having a good one. Most aren't.
The brave new world.
Guessing.
Welcome to change.
Or lack thereof here in New Mexico.
And I said, it's time for a change. And they said, no, it's not.
It's like, well, no, I'm good.
You know, it's safe here. We feel safe here. Well, let's just stay here.
It's all right. Good news is there's nowhere to go but up, I guess. Right?
That's true. Hey, New Mexico, are you feeling a little blue?
But, yeah, so expect no change for the next 4 years here in the state of New Mexico. So, happy
change
Wednesday.
is scary, though, in all honesty. I mean, it's like I said, it's comfort zone.
Yeah, I guess.
Who needs change?
I'm living in squalor, but at least it's my squalor.
It's the squalor I know, all right? You take the squalor I know versus the opulence I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oscar the Grouch.
That's
everybody.
right.
Happy Wednesday. Mm-hmm. If you're not happy, just live your life. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Don't let these people make you crazy. And if you're happy, then enjoy it, but don't rub it into people's faces because they're a little salty this morning. So, so it is what it is. You deal with it. Life goes on. It is what it is.
So be feisty. Counteract their saltiness and be peppery.
I'm a Mrs. Dash person myself. That's just me, you know.
No, understand. Keeping your blood pressure low. I respect it.
I wonder what Mrs. Dash is up to. I haven't seen her in a while.
I think that Mrs. Dash probably ran off with Uncle Ben.
Where's Mr. Dash?
He gets to see the kids once or twice a month.
Yeah.
He's living in a studio apartment in Roanoke, Virginia. It's a sad story for Mr. Dash.
Yeah. Wonder what his first name is.
Charles.
Hyphen.
Charles Dash.
Semicolon Dash.
I always thought if I had a last name that was also a verb, I would name my first daughter Ima. Just for funsies.
Yeah. Well, I knew
I'm a Dash.
I knew someone in high school whose last name was Penny.
Okay.
And her first name was Anita.
Anita Penny. That's pretty good.
I swear to God, I know an Anita
She had
Penny.
a sister. This is Anita Another.
I did know an Anita Penny.
Anita Penny. That is fat. If she went on to become a banker,
right?
It's the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Like hold out for the buck at least. sell yourself short with a penny. But anyway, yeah, move on with your life. Do your thing. Stay active, live your life, make your community better. This is how you deal with days that you're not happy with.
Right.
So, we got a lot to turn to, between Veterans Day and high school playoffs. There's a lot going on next couple weeks here. A lot of things to turn your attentions to. Matter of factly, we'll talk Veterans Parade here in just a few minutes. We'll have folks from American Legion join us here, and we'll talk all about what's going to be going down this Saturday at the Veterans Parade and give an update there and talk all about that. So,
that's right, Maggie.
Don't forget, today at high noon on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn, the county will be doing their little declaration for Veterans Day here. They're going to have, I believe, county manager and probably some other speakers make a spear too. They're going to do a proclamation, and they're going to be honoring all the branches of the United States military. So even you Coast Guardians.
Space Force?
Yeah, they're part of the deal.
I mean,
they're part of the deal.
Technically, yes.
I mean, just because you don't see all their cool gear yet doesn't mean they're not out there,
Somebody pointed out to me that in like the Army-Navy game, that each branch has their own ball. So there's like the Army ball, the Navy ball. So if this stands true and Space Force gets their own team, they're going to have the space ball. Do you understand how amazing this is?
Well, they need an academy first to have a team to represent it.
Well, sure. These are logistics, all right? We'll iron those out in the post, all right?
They need a school of higher learning for the Space Force first.
Sure.
Right now, imagine they're graduates of the United States Air Force Academy.
You know, it's just going to be called like Zuckerberg Academy or like Musk University.
Sniffing glue.
That's never the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
But yeah, I mean, Space Force, they're part of it. But anyway, 12 noon today, they're going to be doing the declaration. They're going to be passing out the green light bulbs while supplies last. So get your free green light bulb and then put that into your porch lamps and show your support for veterans, and let's light up the neighborhoods.
For St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, save them for that. So when you're done using them for Veterans Day, save them for St. Patrick's Day in March. And drop them in your beer. Liquid and electricity go real well together.
They really do.
No, if I'm ready to go green.
But that's going to be at noon today at the courthouse lawn. So please come out, support. And I know road construction is not your friend this morning downtown with the repaving of Main Street.
No.
And they're right downtown right now, tearing up downtown. So it's maybe come in off Virginia and park in the back and then walk around.
They've really made the morning commute a toughie.
Yeah.
I hope they finish it by Saturday, because that's going to be one smelly walk.
It could be.
Oh, yeah. Sticky.
We got any horses in the parade?
No, the horse that we traditionally had.
The one we rode in on? That was
passed.
Oh, now I made a joke and it's all sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's nothing but the glue factory.
We just said the one horse you rode in on.
No, I was contacted by the guy that had that.
Oh, sorry
He
to
said
hear
he
that.
wanted to be in the parade, but unfortunately his horse had passed it.
Oh, man.
Man.
He followed that up with, so can we still be in the parade?
Yeah.
Which was weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't know. But hopefully the new pavement's poop friendly. But I guess there's no horse. We don't have to worry about it.
Not this year.
So.
Boy, we're going to have all those jokes this hour.
No, I'm leaving. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
But, so Jen and Lee are here. Are going to talk Veterans Parade here later on this hour. And then we'll also talk a little bit about Wreaths Across America, and we'll get people on get that on people's radar as well, too.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we got coming up. Before we do any of that, let's take a look at your weather. It's going to be cooler for Saturday, 57. So light coat for when you head out and about Saturday
Walking
morning.
up Main Street.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of nice. I dig it. I'd rather have like 50s than 80s on a Saturday morning, especially November. But that's just me. So cocoa. That's why God invented a hot cocoa. This is for you to come out and be a part of that. All right, it's 8:14. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front working its way in from the southwestern states, so we'll have a mix of sunshine and clouds this morning, but sunshine this afternoon. Wind will be gusty ahead of that cold front, around 30 miles an hour today, and this afternoon's high about 80. Overnight will be clear, mid-40s, and then quite a bit cooler on Thursday. After that cold front moves through, we'll stay in the mid-60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, I did not refresh my weather. Let me refresh so we get the freshest weather possible. Currently 60 degrees here in Roswell. Still a little fog lingering out there. Humidity is at 90%. Winds a little breezy out of the south. 15 gusting to 25 miles per hour. Once all this clouds and fog and everything burns off, the sun will come out. It will warm up. We're expecting highs near 80 today, 79 officially. The winds are coming with it. It'll be breezy today. Winds out of the south, 15 to 25 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 44 degrees. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Winds today bringing cooler temperatures for later in the week here. Tomorrow, about 7 degrees cooler. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s tomorrow. Sunny, 67 for a high. Northwest winds 10 to 15. For your Veterans Day, it will be cooler. Friday, sunny, high of 54. Winds out of the northeast at around 15 miles per hour. And then for Saturday, for the parade, for football, all of that, sunny skies, a high of 54. And then back into the low 60s, sunny and 61 on Sunday. Looks like we'll be lingering in the mid-50s next week when you head back to work and school. So enjoy your 80 today because it's going to be cooler after this. All right, it is 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's take a 3-minute break, pay a few bills. Good news, none of them are political. These are all just regular garden variety ads. We are political free now, so at least we have that today. So quick commercial break. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I've heard it said, speaking my mind is easy, speaking it tactfully, not so much. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Proverbs 15:15 says, a gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Sometimes my greatest accomplishment is keeping my mouth shut. There are times when we argue that it would be easy to lash out. So I have a choice to make. I can either feed the fire or quench it with my words.
Julie and I have learned there's going to be arguments, but we've learned to fight and argue, not to be right, but to get the situation right.
So the next time you're in an argument, try saying something kind from a genuine heart to bring peace in your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Chimera Independent Physicians offers world-class health care right here in Roswell. With their state-of-the-art facility, your family can receive expert care from many specialty doctors and experts covering oncology, hematology, neurology, rheumatology, endocrinology, primary care, and internal medicine. Lab services, radiology, and infusion center, all without leaving our community. Chimera Independent Physicians, located at 400 Military Heights Place, near the corner of Country Club and Military Heights in Roswell.
You're invited to the annual Veterans Day Parade and Celebration, Saturday, November 12th, beginning at 9 a.m. on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn. Featuring guest speakers Sean Nicholson, music from Matt Miller and Tom Blake, and the laying of the wreaths by the Cub Scouts. The parade begins at 10 a.m. and moves north from the courthouse to the Wool Bowl. And enjoy special displays and food vendors after the parade in the Wool Bowl parking lot. To be a part of the event, contact Stephen Lee with the American Legion at 720-272-1455. Join us Saturday, November 12th, 9 a.m. on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn. Sponsored by Roswell Ford.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from, I guess officially American Legion Post 61, but kind of representing our veterans folks here in general for the parade here today. Good morning. Jen and Lee back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Actually, technically, we're representing all three legs of the American Legion.
We kind of
Technically, because
Yeah.
I'm the commander of both the Post and the Sons.
Yeah.
And she's the president. So
Yeah.
Indeed.
you kind of have the whole ball of wax.
And then I'm a Legionnaire and a Son, so now we kind of got,
Everything's covered.
Everything's double covered.
Nice.
Almost.
That's right.
Yeah.
They won't let me be an auxiliary member. My wife's not a veteran. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
But if she was, I could be.
But, as these laws change.
Yeah. She's a veteran just of not military, just other school and
Yeah,
hard
she's-
knocks.
Yeah. School teacher veteran.
Yes.
That's, hard job.
She's got battle scars. But
let's not go there.
But Friday is Veterans Day.
Yes, it
but
is.
this here as a community, we're going to have our big Veterans Day celebration Saturday morning.
Right.
We want to invite and encourage the community, the public, to be here on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is when our ceremony will start. It'll give or take 30, 45 minutes, roughly.
But we're asking people that are going to be in the parade to start showing up at 8:30.
Yes.
And park in the Pioneer Plaza and behind the
Courthouse on Virginia
We'll
there.
feed everybody in there at
Yeah.
4th.
Just G. Willikers, there's a little bit more space behind the courthouse. That parking lot's a little larger than Pioneer Plaza, but those are the two gathering spots. So if you want to be in the parade, there is no pre-registration. It's kind of like the racing race with you brung kind of thing.
Right.
Parade with you brung. Come on out. I know we've got several vans and groups that are going to be visiting some of our assisted living facilities here in the community.
I talked to Don Weld yesterday.
Picking up
He's
some
got
veterans.
a bunch of veterans they're going to be picking up.
Is this part of the vet transportation?
Southeast, network.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's
Good.
pretty cool.
So, and by all means, if you're a business or an organization and want to be a part of this, and maybe grab a few veterans that are part of your organization and let's put them in the parade and let's celebrate. And so please, so about 8:30 or so, everyone start gathering in those two if you want to be in the parade. If you want to come out and just watch and do everything else, 9 a.m. on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn, the ceremonies will begin. We'll have about a 30, 45-minute presentation, and then the parade will roll, and it'll be rolling. We had the sheriff on yesterday. He'll be on Friday, to talk a little bit more about,
What time is he on Friday?
The hour before you guys. You'll be on in the 9 o'clock.
Okay.
He'll be on. By the way, we may get cut a little short Friday. 9:45, I may have a volleyball playoff game starting. So we might get cut off at the very end there. It depends on what Goddard does tomorrow.
So we'll stack it up close to the front. Okay.
Yeah, Goddard starts their volleyball playoffs. They're the 1 seed, and they play at 3 o'clock tomorrow. If they win, which they're the 1 seed, they probably should, they will play it again 9:45 Friday morning. So
Cool.
So
well, good luck to them.
Yeah. So
we'll be doing our drawing.
yeah, about that time. So
We'll do it in the beginning of the hour.
Yeah. We'll have a good 30 minutes of time before Kelly and everything takes over the radio here.
Okay. Cool.
And technically, I have control. I could delay them. I have that power.
Oh.
I get fired, but I have that power.
Yeah, let's not do that.
As long as you don't, keep continuously playing Grandma Got Run Over Reindeer or something.
But so the parade will kick off there about 30, 40 minutes after the presentation.
Right.
Get a good spot along the parade route, and then once the parade is past you, follow it and come on down to the Wool Bowl. Because we're going to be hanging out at the Wool Bowl. We'll call it a Veterans Day celebration / pregame tailgate party for the Roswell Coyotes. They kick off at 1 o'clock at the Wool Bowl. We're going to be hanging out till about noon. So we figure from about 10-ish, 10:30, 10:15 till about noon, we'll be hanging out there. We're going to have lots of different booths and folks that are going to be coming out. I think the car show is going to be out there. So
I think we're going to have Alien Motor Speedway again out there too. They had their bring some of their
they're going to be in the parade and then go up the park.
Cool.
So you can
love to see that.
Yeah.
So it might get a little loud. Just be warned.
Could be.
So,
yeah.
You know, it's because they don't come in quietly.
No, they do nothing quietly. But it's pretty cool.
Is the Guard going to be able to bring some of their few pieces
Last
of their
I
stuff?
heard, yes.
Okay.
And
very good.
Patriot Guard will be there with their motorcycles.
Awesome. So it's going to be a nice little gathering there.
Should be fun.
You know, I'm just saying, if you're a food truck, you might want to just pull on up and hang out for a little bit.
This year we got Cannon Air Force Base coming out, going to be an honor guard.
Oh, awesome.
But, obviously we'll have the Roswell Honor Guard performing for us for the ceremony.
Yeah.
In the parade itself, we got that. Youth Challenge is scheduled to march up with the
caisson flag.
Yeah, the giant Garrison flag is pretty
Garrison
cool.
flag,
That's scheduled anyway.
Which takes about 30 people to move that thing?
Yeah, it thing's huge.
It takes a few people.
Yeah. It literally, I'm not joking. It
it
takes
a lot of people.
Think of like when you watch this month, when you start watching national anthems at NFL football games, and a lot of times they stretch out that big flag.
Yep.
It's not quite that big. That's 100 yard, but it's almost that big. It's pretty big. It's quite a sight going down the street.
How big those stars are on those big, that covers the field. How big are the stars? I wonder.
I'll have to take a look Saturday and see if we can kind of eyeball it.
That'd be kind of cool to know.
Tom Blake will be performing.
He's our singer.
2 of his signature tunes.
Good deal.
Yep.
This year we got the VFW is going to be doing the benediction.
Great.
The invocation.
Did we ever
will be done
see if Matt
by,
Miller is going to make it or not?
Matt's not going to be able to make
That's
it. He's
unfortunate.
got an appointment down at Carlsbad.
Oh, unfortunately. So we got to lock him down one year. His bagpipes are very good assets.
Well, I know he's going to be performing at a couple other venues this year. So.
I imagine it's a busy time of year for a man that plays bagpipes, and
I would imagine it is.
Yeah, so he's probably in demand in several places here.
Yeah.
We will have Sean Nicholson is going to be our guest speaker at
I have
the
no
event.
clue what he's going to say.
But just to kind of give him a little background, he works for Leprino now.
He does.
He's
the plant manager.
Yeah, he's a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Warrant officer too.
Act accordingly there.
Just kidding. Well, I figured
Yeah,
I'll
he's
have
a great guy.
hangover on Friday.
but yeah, he's going to share his some of his experiences in the military, and
he was in for a while.
yeah, he's got a lot of stories, a lot of good information. So I think folks will.
I'm looking
appreciate
forward to his
listening
speech. Yeah,
to Sean. And he's an overall good
I
dude
have
too.
no idea what he's going to say.
And Sean is vital with our post, and
Yeah.
he's always helping out, and getting other entities to get involved to help out with us. He's been a real asset to our community.
For sure.
Yeah, he organized the whole gun drawing stuff. That was a good fundraiser for us. We'll be doing the drawing for the winner on Friday. We'll announce it Saturday.
Yeah.
At the parade.
And for folks that aren't aware, we always have a theme each year where we kind of honor, we honor all veterans, but usually we'll kind of put a special spotlight on a particular era or something like in the past. We've done Vietnam, Korea. Well, this year we're honoring all those small skirmishes,
all those ones.
Yeah,
all
those
the ones that most people don't even know about.
Yeah, they were on the 6 o'clock news a couple nights for a week, and then just disappeared off the lexicon. But
Well, and I'm pretty proud of our poster this year. It has all the little.
This is my favorite one. By the way.
QR codes on there. Only one of them doesn't work, but the rest of them.
Do you know which one?
Yeah,
you try for yourself.
Bottom
no,
left.
let's make a game out of it. Let's see if they can figure out which one.
The bottom left one.
Yeah, you got to scan them all to see which one.
To me, it's more educational this year.
Absolutely.
Than just a work of art.
Sure.
Which I think it's a worst art. Destiny Gutierrez over at Roswell.
Crumlin?
Crumlin, but Roswell Honda or whatever.
I think
it was.
so,
I can't
yeah.
remember what. Anyway, she did the poster for us. I mean, we gave her a rough idea. Larry Longo, the chaplain over at 28, had like this rough sketch.
Yeah, and it was
we
really
handed
cool.
that to her. She was happy. And
yeah, she did a really good job.
She did a really good job. Unfortunately, she had to redo all the QR codes for me because the ones that I did, they turned around and said, "Oh, you got to pay for them."
Oh.
So she redid all of them for us. So I really appreciate that.
She saved our bacon.
Yeah.
But I must say, it's a very educational poster. And
It's one of my favorites.
These are just the wars
mine
and
too.
conflicts that the U.S. was involved in between 1975 and 1991 that were declassified. I want to make that clear that there's always something going on, even if the public doesn't know about it. So there are battles that happen all the time that we couldn't put on the poster because they're sensitive or classified.
So
this is
in our
not,
world, in your world, they didn't exist yet.
This is not an exhaustive list.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's only, about 12, 13 different events there?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But the reality here is there are a lot of ones that we didn't include on there that were Cold War I because we wanted to stay in time frame. So, like I said, there are other ones like Bay of Pigs and
All
different
sorts of
things
things.
like
These are
that
more
that we didn't
after
include
that era, yeah.
because we were trying to go after Vietnam but before Gulf War.
And to be honest, not that Bay of Pigs isn't, but it's a lot bigger. Like it's more known than some of the ones we're talking about.
Oh, certainly.
Right.
Bay of Pigs is, if,
I mean, even I know about that one, and I'm not a history buff
you may
by
not
any
know all the
means.
details of what happened, but you
Right.
at least are aware of the Bay of Pigs and
Yes.
what took place, some of what took place.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of the criticism that we received about the poster is, well, you didn't include this or didn't include that.
No,
well,
there's always going to be those.
You know, the reality is we had to make choices, and this is what we chose. Now, we may at some future date go back and start doing other things too, but at this point, the idea was next year we'd move on to Gulf War.
Gotcha.
So,
but that's the beauty of Veterans Day. They come every year, and we get to do different themes each year, and maybe some of those ones we didn't get a part of this year we'll add to future years.
Oh, for sure.
That's the beauty of it.
Unfortunately, the fact is we'll always be involved in something, so there will always be something to talk about.
Unfortunately, yeah, we'll have plenty of wars to.
It was the only misquote I had in the paper is we've basically been at war since 1775 in some form or fashion, but they published it in the paper as 1975, which is okay. But I mean, the reality is there's a lot more going on than, what anybody really knows.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
when I was in the service, I was on a command platform, and I knew about stuff that was going on that will never make the papers.
Well,
so,
and I think it's just modern times. I mean, let's face it. Vietnam War was the first war that was kind of put on people's TVs at home and everything, and so that's kind of where it started.
Oh, sure.
And then, of course, by the time 91 hit and Gulf War I hit, I mean, they're literally, the media's ahead of the military. They're staying on the beach like, we've been waiting on you for an hour. Where you been?
Right? Yeah, in some cases.
And it's just part of the world we live in. So you didn't, World War II and all that, there wasn't.
It wasn't a living room war.
Yeah. Well, and certainly.
Well, it kind of was because you had all the newsreel stuff going
but
on.
people had to go to the movies to see that. That
Pretty
wasn't
much,
sitting on a phone or something you could just have access anytime or, catch the casualty reports in the newspaper each day or whatever,
Well, I think it was good that we had embedded reporters in Vietnam, and I think it was bad that we had embedded reporters in Vietnam because war is a very messy business.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely.
And the thing is, most people don't have the stomach for what has to be done in a war, and most people find it morally reprehensible. But the reality is, war is not a scalpel. War is a broadsword.
Yeah.
Okay. There's collateral damage. Things happen. And I realize that
everybody's
there's been
impacted when war
some
hits.
administrations that think, well, we can just send unarmed drones or missiles or whatever, but that doesn't win wars.
Gulf War, people think every war's a Gulf War. Like we could just roll in and, everyone's going to start mass surrendering when we show up with our flags and our,
you gotta look
and it's
at,
like,
That would be nice.
at Putin and Ukraine,
Yeah.
Putin is a nuclear power, yet he is, barely holding his own in Ukraine right now. So modern warfare dictates that unless we're willing to use nuclear weapons, this is the type of war that you're going to end up fighting. I mean, look at what happened to us in Afghanistan. Look at what happened to us in even Bosnia, Herzegovina, all these little things, we didn't make much progress.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because we're only willing to go so far.
Sure.
And also there was no political will to win. And that's the other problem as well. When you don't back the people you send over there, they just become fodder.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get off my soapbox here, but the truth of the matter is veterans answer this call every single day.
And this is why veterans were so mad about the Afghanistan
debacle.
Yeah,
right.
That happened.
Which I don't want to turn this into political.
Sure.
Because the American Legion is neutral. We don't have political opinions, but I do have opinions on disasters as it reflects upon the military.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what Afghanistan was.
Absolutely. It's and to be honest, Afghanistan was the same problem from the Russians in the 70s.
Afghanistan has always been the problem because that's where all the opioids and everything that happens. But they hide in the hills and they hide in the ground. I mean, it's almost as bad as Vietnam. They've got tunnels. I mean, it's very hard to root, a very dedicated force out to get you when they are so well fortified. I mean, look at Iwo Jima, World War II. I mean, they were still pulling people out of there in the 60s thinking that the war was still going on. So
now you got to get dirty and get in there and dig them out. That's exactly what and it's not pretty work to make that happen. And that is why we honor veterans, because that dirty work.
You expect a lot out of a veteran.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the dirty work they do, and all we do is while you sit here at home and enjoy your lives, these people and this has been going on for generation and generation, and just because technology's changed doesn't mean that same work isn't being done.
Right.
And that's
and
what
the
you gotta
problem
realize.
with having embedded reporters is the fact that it was blasted up on every TV screen and nobody liked it.
Right.
So when the Vietnam veteran came back, they were broken and they didn't get the help that they needed. It took them 20 years to get help.
Yep.
Right.
This is why this day is so important.
It is extremely important. And one of the nice things about this particular Veterans Day is it falls on a Friday.
Yeah.
And most folks know that you wear red on Fridays to remember everyone deployed. So it kind of works out. So you come on Friday to wear red, and you can also do the Veterans Day parade. So if everybody's wearing red, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Now, Friday night, you're probably going to put your blue on for the football, but then put your red back on for Saturday.
Right.
But I would ask if you're able, line the streets.
Please come out.
Wave
Please
your
support.
flags.
Thank our veterans. Honor our veterans.
Let us know that you care.
Yeah.
I mean, that's we do this for the community. And that's the other thing, too. We got bogged down a lot in the battles to have this parade this year. But the reality is we do this for the community. We don't do this for us.
No.
And please understand that, it was a war this year.
Yeah.
I mean, this was trench warfare this year just to have this happen.
There was a lot of
sure.
hurdles that happened and a lot of behind the scenes stuff. We don't want to get into it
No,
on the radio.
I don't want to do that. But what I'm saying is if you want this parade to continue and be successful, come out and see it.
And we know that Roswell,
Support
we know that
it.
Roswell
Absolutely.
and Chavez County is a very patriotic community. So demonstrate that. Line the streets. Thank your veterans. Make your presence known.
Come on out. Come hang out on the Pioneer Plaza, courthouse lawn where we're doing the ceremony. Sidewalk. Fill up that whole area with people.
There's nothing sadder than doing a parade and there's nobody standing there cheering you on.
I do want to thank some real patriots as far as I'm concerned, like Stacy Lemon and Destiny Gutierrez over at Crumlin.
They've been
and
very
then,
helpful.
Of course, Crumlin donated a bunch of money for us this year, too, so got to call them out, too. Lagrone sent us a bunch of money, Plateau Networks, Johnny's Car Care.
We have quite a bevy.
Loprino Foods.
Chimera.
Chimera,
all
Independent
sorts of
Physicians.
folks, yeah.
Street Shot Wireless.
I mean,
everyone's tilting their head trying to read them.
but we put stuff on there, like
Sure.
you guys. You guys have always been really good supporters of us, and of course Southwest Printers, which prints up all the posters.
Yep.
So, I mean, this year, as far as donations are concerned, we kind of broke even because this year we added some benefit and stuff like that to the people that donated. And
Sure.
so pretty much all of the money that we raised ended up supporting
Going
the
toward the
parade,
parade.
plus the fact that the parade was not free. So we still had to pay money just to have the parade this year.
Which is fine. We're not in the money-making business
No.
on a parade, but so we're glad that at least it's paying for itself, and we thank our sponsors for allowing that to be.
Right. Traditionally, this was our big fundraiser every year. But as it's going to turn out, it's basically just covering the cost.
Yeah.
But it's important nonetheless. That's why
It
we
is.
do it. So please come out, bring veterans, come on out. I say this all the time. I know there's a lot of vets out there that rather lay low and not, receive recognition and things. And I can understand that. I get it. But you kind of have a new role. And your new role is to inspire the next generation to do what you did.
Right.
And that's why when we talk about Goddard and Roswell, when they do their veterans, which, by the way, tomorrow is Goddard. Yeah.
And
Friday.
Roswell High is Friday.
Friday, yes. About 11, I think, on
I think
Goddard
Roswell is 1, I think.
And then Goddard, I think, is
Goddard
11.
is like 11 a.m.
Yeah. But that's why it's so important you support those, because, A, you get treated like a rock star. It's really cool. But it really reminds the younger generations of it puts a face to what we talk about, what we've been told. We talk, hopefully the kids are learning somewhere about the importance of our freedom in this country and how great we have it here,
Right.
and the cost of keeping it that way
Right.
are these veterans. When you want to know the cost of that, you look in the eyes of a veteran, and that's where you see the cost of that, and that's why this is so important.
And I remember being a kid and having never served in the military myself. It's a totally different way of living that most of us have no idea what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know how it is that you guys live your day-to-day life in the military, even outside of the battles and all that sort of thing.
You'd probably shake your head, actually.
Right. So just listening to the stories and learning about the military, not only is it informative and you learn about the history and the importance of it, but for those of us that we're kind of considering it, maybe, on the fence about it, but we're a little unsure, it makes it more approachable. So those that are kind of on the fence if they want to join or not, if you tell them the stories and you make it something that's not as scary, they're more likely to volunteer. And most of our force is volunteers.
Yeah.
So make it something that is a good thing.
It is now. Yeah, absolutely.
We haven't had a draft in a very long time.
Hopefully Saturday won't be too smelly. They're tearing the streets up out there on Main Street.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we'll have fresh black tar.
Well, they're working
run
quick.
on.
I'll give them.
Yeah.
They did the north end quick.
Yes,
I mean,
they
they
did.
still got to paint and stripes and things, but they laid the asphalt pretty quick on that side, and so they're booking it.
Well, and the veterans went through some things. I think we can deal with a little bit of asphalt smell. So come support our
Speaking
veterans.
of honoring veterans, as we move beyond Veterans
Mm-hmm.
Day, my next big focus right now here, folks, is Wreaths Across America. I'm the regional coordinator for this area. We need 300 wreaths.
Minimum.
They cost $15 a piece to sponsor. You can do it either by sending money to the post, or you can go to my website, roswelllegion.org. There is a link at the very top of the page to the Wreaths Across America page for our area.
Okay.
And I want to tell you that $15 that you sponsor a wreath, I don't see a nickel of it. All of it goes to Wreaths Across America, but we get the wreaths, and we get to lay them on veterans' graves on December 17th this year. We start at Memory Lawn, and anything in excess, we'll put a couple down at Chavez County Courthouse lawn. We always put one there, a couple of there at the memorial.
The memorial, yeah.
Right.
But anything more than that, that goes to McBride.
Yeah.
South Park.
We have a lot more than
whatever
300
we
veterans
can.
that are resting here in Roswell.
3,300 at least.
And that would be great if we get
But
3,300.
I don't expect
But if
those
we can get
kind
a
of
few
numbers.
hundred here to certainly take over Memory Lawn, where our post is adopted,
Right.
And then help over at
You want to
South
make
Park
a
and all that.
difference, though, just sponsor a couple of wreaths. I mean,
Yeah,
that,
$15.
That is a
wreath.
huge impact.
One wreath, $15 puts one wreath on one veteran's grave.
That's right.
And we got some deadlines coming up, but probably the easiest way, and it really, it cuts out the middleman, it saves a lot of time, is go to roswelllegion.org, click that link that Lee is talking about for Wreaths Across America. December 17th is distribution day. That's the day we'll go.
All the wreaths have to be purchased and ordered by November 29th.
So by the end of this month here, the second to last day of the month, November 29th, you got to hit that link and buy a wreath.
If you can squeeze $15 out, let me know, because we need wreaths.
Right. And if you can do more than that,
I think we only have about 45 wreaths sponsored currently.
Okay.
I know that Pat's bringing in about 10 more. Usually the namesake of our post buys a few. And then, of course, the Mayhew said that they were going to purchase some, but I haven't seen that check just yet.
Okay.
So this Thanksgiving, we're all thankful for many things in our life, but remember our veterans.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another way, if you can't make it out to Veterans Day or you can't, make it to the parade, I understand it happens. But please consider donating to Wreaths Across America so that you can at least honor them during the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing that we got going on is we're on track to donate 12 turkeys this year. So
good.
The homeless shelters and stuff like that. So that's our plan.
Okay.
Right now.
So we're gathering our birds and getting them together, and
but that's what we got sponsors for, is this stuff.
And that's just something little we do every year, where we get together and we try to get a dozen turkeys, and then there are places around town that we know are constantly feeding folks on the Thanksgiving. We dropped off 2 turkeys for them. So
and then I got enough candy to put you on the space shuttle, so we'll be delivering candy with it.
Yes.
Hey,
yeah.
Candy makes a good stuffing.
It does. Yeah. Great stocking stuffers. Yeah.
But please, Wreaths Across, I'd love if you have a veteran in your family, honor them.
Yes.
Buy a wreath in their name. If you have several veterans, buy several wreaths.
Yes.
Please do that. And again, roswelllegion.org. Hang out there for a little bit. Read all about our post and learn more about it. But you'll find a link right there. It's at the top there, right?
Yeah, it's the very top.
Very top there. For Wreaths Across America. Click that link. That'll go give you all the steps to order and pay and help out for Wreaths Across. This is a national campaign. We're just a part of it. Like Lee was saying, the money that you donate doesn't even go anywhere near to us. It goes to Wreaths Across America.
Yes, it does.
And then when you give them the money, they send us wreaths, and then we go put them out.
Right.
At the
Any
Veterans
money you
Graves.
give me, I turn around and I buy wreaths with that money.
Yeah.
And there's no markup, nothing. It's $15.
Yeah.
That's it.
So please, this is a great way. Thanksgiving, you're a couple weeks away. You want to give thanks, thank a veteran. This is a great way to do that.
If you want to just donate to the post, it's right there too, down in the down by the pillars on the page.
Oh yeah, we always use money too. Don't get me wrong.
Money helps.
Oh yes.
Because and
I know that fortunately we're getting in the winter months here, so there's going to be less grass cutting and things. But memory lawn expenses are getting to a point where we're getting a little dry on those.
Our memory lawn account is at the lowest point that it's
so
been
we could use some donations for that.
Yeah.
You can earmark directly if you want and say, hey, and through the website, say, hey, can you put this towards memory lawn?
Yes.
We'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, we got to finish painting the fence out there, and then after that, we're working on grants and stuff like that to see if we can get the irrigation system going. But there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and for your listenership out there, I'll tell you, we had a bit of a setback here because the guy that owned the cemetery died.
Yeah.
So there has been a few months of transition work,
logistics and things
in the background. So, bear with us.
But I know our volunteers have been through this whole time mowing and keeping things
Frank Everett
neat
and Ralph Green.
They're our heroes.
By the way,
our Legionnaire of the Year
is our Legionnaire of the Year.
Well deserved. Matter of fact, you might want to just go ahead and make him next year's. I think he's done enough to kind of cover 2 years, I think.
Well, actually, Don Weld probably needs to be next
Well, yeah,
year,
he's in there, too. Well, Don Weld was he's last year's, right? I think Don was our Legionnaire last year, wasn't he?
Could be. I don't know.
I think he was.
They all do so much good work.
Well, it's like trying to pick your favorite kids, in all fairness.
It's
I mean,
true.
we have so many...
And, of course, your own Mike Winters.
Yeah, but I don't hold a candle to those guys. I just have a loud mouth, and some people listen.
Well, maybe that's enough.
That's my biggest asset.
Well, it's a good one. It definitely helps.
But please come out and join us this Saturday. Again, if you care to be a part of the parade, which I really hope some folks out there do, join us 8:30, either at Pioneer Plaza or the parking lot behind the courthouse there off Virginia. Where they're gathering.
And it can
there.
be totally last minute. You got a wild hair and you want to go up the street with us? Please do.
We're just wanting to give a bunch of love to our veterans in our community here, and then of course to come and if you just want to come and watch, witness, and see everything, 9 a.m. Chavez County Courthouse lawn. Everything will get underway. Afterwards, come follow the parade, watch it, follow it, and then come hang out with us at the Wool Bowl for a little get-together celebration / Coyote pregame tailgate party. Because
it's going to be lots of fun.
Because the game at 1 o'clock there. And then, of course, Wreaths Across America, RoswellLegion.org is the website. Go there. Learn about that. Scholarships and things. If you want information about our scholarships, all of that is at that website, too. So when you're done buying a bunch of wreaths, go ahead and start looking at some of that other stuff. And, if you want to.
I do want to make mention, I want to thank all the people who sponsored Charity Bears this year.
Yeah.
We did deliver.
Reineke Medical has been our biggest sponsor for that.
I did deliver.
We're still getting more requests, too, aren't we?
We
are.
Yeah.
I delivered 12 bears to the Roswell Police Department, and we turned around and gave another 12 to Mike Harrington, the sheriff, because according to him, in the winter months, they go through about 15 of these a month.
Oh, wow. So it's a busier season
in
for
the
them.
summertime, he says that drops down to 2 or 3. So
I'm guessing it's people are indoors versus outdoors, and when they're indoors,
they're stuck with each other.
Things happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
So anyway, I do want to thank specifically Reineke Medical. They sponsored 70 bears.
Yeah. That's been their passion project with us.
Yeah.
They
is
really
our charity bear
bears.
program.
Yep.
And quite frankly, we probably wouldn't be able to pull it off without Reineke Medical.
No,
they're the one
true.
that helped us do that. So big thank you to them.
And we did send about 12 bears out to Hagerman, too.
Oh, that's right. We forgot about
to
that.
the fire and rescue.
Yeah, they actually made a request on, I think it was Facebook.
Yeah, I happened to see it on Facebook and said, hey, guys, these guys are asking for bears. You think we can help them out?
Yeah, I forgot about that. We gave 12 to that fire department down there.
Yeah. So, and again, that's all thanks to everyone out there for helping support us. And by the way, if you're like, oh, I'd love to do that, want to give us money for bears? Don't hit the donate now button on our website there, and you can earmark that too, sir.
We need more people to help make these things. I mean, you don't even have to know how to sew.
I have no idea how to sew.
Cutting, tracing.
They do have a
putting
assembly
the
line,
little pupils on there and put the little bows on them and stuff like that. I mean, hot glue machine.
It's not even hot glue. It's just regular glue.
Oh, it's regular glue.
Henry Ford would be proud with their.
There's an assembly line thing. But we're asking everybody. You don't even have to be a member. If you want to come out on a Thursday night and help make these things, that would help us out tremendously.
Yeah.
We got members from 28 come over, and they're not even members of our post, just to help out with the project.
They get the camaraderie in the meeting. Absolutely.
And if you don't have time to donate, if you have something just hanging out in your attic or the basement and you're just not using the fabric or the stuffing,
sure.
We'll give it a good
I
home.
know how crafters are. You hoard fabrics and things. I know. My mom was one of them. When my mom passed, I literally had enough yarn to hit Montana.
We'll put it to good use.
My mom passed, I literally had enough yarn to yarn up all of Montana. It was huge. So I know you guys have extra stuff. You got some. Dig out that old box. And give us a.
Even if you think it's scrap, I mean, if it's big enough to make a bear, that's what we make the bear out of.
Yeah.
We make the little hearts and the
Billies.
little bows out of it.
We're making out of whatever's available. It's not.
I do
silk
understand
parachutes.
that we're going to be making more than bears now. I think we're talking about bunny rabbits.
Oh, good. Up in
puppies.
Adding to the characters.
Well, we got to mix it up a little bit. I think some of our crafters are getting a little burnt So
they're ready for something.
That's why
new.
we need more help. We need more. We need fresh blood to come in and keep us with this project. It's a vital project.
Yeah.
We don't want to see it go away, but we really need people to help out.
It's just that little piece of light in a very dark world for someone, and that's all it is. We're just trying to help out someone that's going through a rough situation.
Life that you're, distracting enough to
doesn't know what's
happy.
going on.
Right.
The kid's just there living life and doesn't understand or realize what's going on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we keep them occupied and keep them from not really shielding them from the bad stuff that's going on? This is just a
RoswellLegion.org. We need your help. Anybody that can help financially or got some time or anyway. Wreaths. We need all this stuff. So
and this Saturday, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. this morning,
and we're going to be
Saturday
back,
morning.
and they'll be back Friday to remind you one more time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wear your red on
I guess
Friday.
we're going to get cut off. So.
Well, yes. If things go the way we want them to, we will.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's because we want Goddard to win.
Exactly.
So
We do know that football's more important.
Yeah. Well, this is volleyball.
Oh, I'm
so.
Yeah, see there.
See, I don't even keep track.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you here in a couple days. All right.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Anytime. It's 8:54. Let's pause for quick news, quick break, and weather for fun. Here it is.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Secretary of State's office is reporting that Republican David Finger has defeated Democrat challenger and incumbent Eileen Reardon for the 5th Judicial District Court Division 1 seat. Reardon was appointed to the position last year and had previously served 25 years as the city attorney in Carlsbad. Finger of Lovington had been a Lee County magistrate judge since 2011. The New Mexico House District 66 contest saw Artesia Republican Jimmy Mason defeating Libertarian candidate Andrew Kennedy by an 81 to 19% margin. That seat had been vacated by independent Phelps Anderson of Roswell, who was thrust out of the district because of boundary changes. The district now covers the area east of Roswell over to Lovington, on to parts of Artesia and areas in and around Carlsbad. You're up to date. That's a look at local news headlines. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front working its way in from the southwestern states, so we'll have a mix of sunshine and clouds this morning, but sunshine this afternoon. Wind will be gusty ahead of that cold front, around 30 miles an hour today, and this afternoon's high about 80. Overnight it'll be clear, mid-40s, and then quite a bit cooler on Thursday. After that cold front moves through, we'll stay in the mid-60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street and investment firm leaders have been prominent in the list of top individual donors ahead of yesterday's midterm elections, with influential mega donors growing. That's according to Open Secrets. Most of the top donors this cycle are the same people who have topped political contribution lists in the past years. Voters have become deeply discouraged about the state of America and its future. AP Votecast shows, with high inflation and concerns about the fragility of democracy heavily influencing their decisions made in Tuesday's midterm elections. The city of Boston has agreed to pay more than $2.1 million to the Christian legal organization that backed a court challenge after the city refused to fly a Christian flag outside City Hall, a case that made it all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. The settlement announced Tuesday by Liberty Counsel covers attorney's fees and other costs associated with the legal battle that started in 2017. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
There are 3 key phrases that need to be spoken on a regular basis in a healthy marriage. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
You know, for over 20 years, Julie and I have been sharing these 3 key phrases, and here they are. I love you, I'm sorry, and I forgive you.
Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ, God forgave you.
You know, it's so easy to expect others to love us, to say I'm sorry, and to forgive us. But you know, it's really a gift that we give each other. You know, the Bible teaches us we sow and we reap. Sow into your spouse, I love you, I forgive you, I'm sorry. And then you'll reap a harvest in return. Someone has to start the process. Let that be you today so you can really enjoy your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up next. Stay tuned next hour. We're talking pets. Crystal Noble with the Humane Society will join us, give us an update on dogs and kitty cats available for adoption. Now that we're past the Halloween time frame, the black cats are available for adoption again. So we'll talk about that next hour. You're listening to Mornings of Mike Winters. Don't go away.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Control of Congress? Still too close to call. Undecided races in Arizona and Georgia, Wisconsin, and Nevada will determine which party takes charge of the Senate. There is a Democrat pickup in the Senate, though, where John Fetterman defeated GOP challenger Mehmet Oz in Pennsylvania. Dr. Oz has now conceded the race. In Ohio, Republican J.D. Vance beat Democrat Tim Ryan. And it looks like the Georgia Senate candidates, Walker and Warnock, headed to a runoff that will take place next month. Republicans are close to flipping the House, where Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is optimistic.
It is clear that we are going to take the House back.
A big win in Florida for incumbent Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, heard on WFTS TV.
After 4 years, the people have delivered their verdict. Freedom is here to stay.
Results from other gubernatorial contests.
Massachusetts voters chose Maura Healey to replace Republican Governor Charlie Baker, who opted against seeking a third term. Healey will be the state's first woman and first openly gay governor. In Maryland, Wes Moore replaces Republican Governor Larry Hogan. Moore will become the state's first black governor. Another newcomer to the governor's mansion, Republican Sarah Sanders, the former White House press secretary, elected in Arkansas. 6 other gubernatorial results went to the incumbents. Republicans Ron DeSantis in Florida, Henry McMaster in South Carolina, Kay Ivey in Alabama, Bill Lee in Tennessee, and Chris Sununu in New Hampshire, and Democrat J.B. Pritzker re-elected in Illinois. I'm Ben Thomas.
And in New York, Democrat Hochul declaring victory over Republican Zeldin. Democrat Hobbs holding a slim lead over Republican Lake in Arizona as the vote count there goes on. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 282 points. The S&P is off 35. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. I started Harry's because I was frustrated with buying razors at the drugstore. And when I say frustrated, I mean like so upset I called my friend Jeff.
Hello, this is Jeff.
Jeff, I'm at the store, and I don't get why these razors
cost so much?
Yeah, and do they need to look like robots?
Dude, I know. And it's so frustrating how expensive they are.
Getting ripped off sucks.
We gotta do something about this.
Why don't we make our own high-quality razors at much better prices?
Actually, I heard about this German razor factory that makes some really high-quality blades.
Really? Okay, maybe that's not exactly how it went. But we did buy that German factory, where we're turning high-quality steel into super sharp blades for a smooth shave at a great price. Seriously, as low as $2 per cartridge. Over the past 10 years, 20 million people have tried Harry's. Join them and get your starter set now. That's a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, and shave gel, all for just $3 with free shipping, backed by our quality guarantee. If you don't like it, it's on us. Just go to harrys.com now and enter code MODERN at checkout. That's harrys.com, code MODERN.
Satellite photos show a rapid expansion of a cemetery in southern Ukraine in the months after Russian forces seized the port city of Mariupol.
The images from Planet Labs PBC highlight the changes in the cemetery at Staryai Krum, an occupied town located northwest of the city. comparing images from March 24, when Mariupol was under attack by the Russians, to one taken on October 14, months after the city's fall, shows significant growth to the cemetery's southern fringes. It remains unclear how many people were buried in the cemetery during the roughly 7-month period. The Center of Information Resilience estimates more than 4,600 graves have been dug since the beginning of Russia's war in Ukraine. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
British police say a man's been detained after apparently throwing eggs at King Charles and Camilla as they were walking about the northern England city of York. Townhall.com. A Massachusetts man who prosecutors say used part of a pandemic loan to pay his mortgage has been given prison time for fraud.
44-year-old Adley Bernardin of Stoughton has been given 1 year and 3 months in prison after applying for federal coronavirus stimulus funds and receiving $400,000. Prosecutors say Bernardin submitted a fraudulent application on behalf of what he claimed was a home health care company, falsified a tax form, and claimed the business had a monthly payroll of more than $175,000. Prosecutors say he used the money to pay his home mortgage and wrote checks to people he knew. I'm Donna Warder.
Tropical storm Nicole, on the verge of becoming a hurricane, has its sights set on Florida's Atlantic coastline. Range of warnings and watches in place, many of the areas still reeling from the damage caused by Hurricane Ian. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Welcome to it.
Hates Mondays.
Busy
Not
week.
wrong.
Not going. What's that?
Hates Monday.
Everybody's having a delightful day so far.
Yes.
Whether you're happy with last night's results or not happy, life goes on.
Indeed.
Yes.
And I'm happy with this weather we've got. You know, I like the clouds, I like the cool.
I love lamp.
The wind, not so great, but
I do like the fall-like temps. I do not. You know, I even like the overcast. That makes me happy.
it feels like it's that time of year when every single store you walk into, and it's almost proved true, is going to smell like cinnamon a little bit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, and it's not a Friday, so we can talk about this. You know the strawberry frosty at Wendy's? Have you tried
I know
it?
it exists. No, I've not. I will never try it.
Oh.
I don't like strawberry.
You really should. It's really good. But anyways,
Wendy's they messed with perfection. They had the perfect thing with a frosty. Let it go.
Infuriated. How dare you? How dare you, Wendy's? You better run through this holiday thing and bring me back my strawberry frosty. I'm not going to. It's all I can stands, and I can't stands no more.
People are thinking, is sure that cinnamon you're smelling is not from Fireball?
Depends on where I'm walking into. If it's Thomas's house, it's more than likely Fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I got to say, Halloween. It's a long time after the fact. We did those little concoctions. I tried to mix in some.
How did you like it? I didn't get a chance to try it.
I got to tell you, it pretty doggone good. I got nothing but rave reviews.
Good.
Basically, what we did was there's a guy I follow on TikTok. His name's Doka Ryan, and he takes things and puts them in different alcohols for like a week just to see what happens.
Things that are appealing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
not like
he has done weird things, like he put a cigar in scotch.
Was that the point to drink the scotch and smoke the cigar?
He does two things. He does something called bone apple teeth, where he takes a bite of the thing that was in there, in the liquor, and then diboja, which is
I don't think that would be a good scotch.
Cheers. It's not.
It tastes like tobacco. Why would you want that?
And he took a giant bite of the cigar. He's like, "This is not how this was supposed to be enjoyed."
Why would he eat the cigar?
For the views, man.
Well, he smoke it.
Don't you know how this works?
But I want to know. I want him to smoke it to see if it's actually
wet.
helps.
He can't light it.
Well, you got to let it dry.
Yeah, but that's a whole long process.
Well, time.
He could cut the video.
Yeah, edit.
Fair enough.
Do your job. I mean, if you're just goofing around on TikTok all day, edit.
But what I did was I put Werther's cinnamon caramels into Fireball, and I put Werther's caramel apple caramels into Jim Beam apple.
Okay.
And both turned out fantastic. The apple one was a little easier on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnamon was, pretty sharp. It was pretty sharp.
Cinnamon's an acquired.
It is, but yeah, both worked out real well. So I think next time I'm gonna try like fruits and some rum or something.
Yeah, you got to go.
What that does.
You got to go heavier
like
than sugar
juice.
with cinnamon
Mm-hmm.
to kind of counterbalance.
Well, I think the problem with the first one, and granted, this is gonna be our first one. Mistakes were gonna be made.
Mm-hmm.
I took flavored things and put them, like I put cinnamon caramels into cinnamon whiskey, and I put apple caramels into apple. So what I need to do is vary that up. So I'm thinking like peaches or pears, maybe in like a rum, maybe like a spiced rum.
Rum is pretty versatile. You could put almost anything with rum and it'll be all right, except for cigars, obviously.
Well, the one I saw that I really kind of wanted to try was he did is apricots in brandy. And he said this is like, it feels like it's out of my price range to be drinking this.
Does sound highfalutin.
I'd like to try it. I'd be curious.
Well, good. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
So now you got a couple more jars of concoctions sitting on shelves.
Not yet. Haven't started experimenting yet. But I'll tell you what. If you listeners out there, you got something you want me to put in something, let me know about it, and I'll make a TikTok.
There's a tease.
Yeah.
Hey, give me a shout out. You got something you want me to put in something?
You got something you want me to put in something? I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh man. Well, happy and good. I'm glad. I didn't get a chance to try all. My wife was ready to go. A little early,
no, you ducked out. You ducked out at just the right time.
It all go to handbasket and that.
Alcohol changes people. There were certain
your
people.
Your apple cinnamon kicked in around
we
that
never
time.
really talked about this party. There were certain people. I think it's one of those that you don't talk about what happens at Thomas party.
Enough
but
said.
There were certain people that just decided to take a few too many.
Well, life happens, and there's always people in your life. There's always one or two, or more than that.
Two in mine, actually.
They can't handle their booze, and they go every time to one of these things, and just it's like they forget that they aren't good at these things, and they just go, and then they end up making a fool of themselves at some point in the evening, at least once, maybe multiple times.
In fairness, that was me. It was me. I was trying to dance around it, but it was me. I do need to apologize for the lamp that I broke and the subsequent lampshade that I wore as a hat for the rest of the evening. There's crazy things happen when you're dressed as Shaggy. All right, it's just weird stuff happens.
And then you kept running around yelling, "Remember Waterloo!" Of all things.
It was pantsless, which in retrospect was a mistake because the pants were really the tie together for my costume. Otherwise, I just looked like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, everyone kept saying, "Is that Donald Trump? Is that Ed Sheeran?"
Is that Ed Sheeran running pantsless, screaming about Waterloo? Yeah, all right. It was me. I said it.
Yes, but happy Wednesday. That's where I was starting with all that.
Oh yeah.
So, hey there. I wonder if she put that video up. Or was it Chris? The one I was talking about earlier with the kids with the yeah, there was a video I saw, and these like they try to one up each other. Yeah.
Hash browns and Fireball. That sounds revolting, and you're on.
It's just potatoes. It's just potatoes.
Yeah, it is. It's potatoes and more potatoes. You're not wrong.
I wonder what would taste better, the hash brown or the Fireball or liquor, whatever you put it in. Whiskey.
Are we doing Fireball? Because I feel
Whiskey,
like if we did like vodka, because then that's potatoes on potatoes.
It is,
right?
But
There's nothing.
Years from now, when I own the Fire Browns chain across the country, just remember this conversation.
Fire Browns
sounds like a pants company. Fire Browns.
No, it sounds like a condition after Taco Bell.
Give me my Fire Browns.
I got a bad case of the Fire Browns, man. You went and had yourself a Mexican pizza last night, didn't you? Yeah, and I got the Fire Browns.
A case of the Fire Browns. Delicious treat or medical condition. You decide. We will go
New from Tough Skins. Yeah. Fire Browns.
Hey, I'm pretty sure my mom kept Tough Skins in business for years there.
Oh, yeah?
I had more pairs of them as a kid. I was Tough Skins kid. The Tough
Skin Kid.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't say it. Yeah, that was I to the point where I was getting made fun of them. It was old enough to where I was getting made fun of for my Tough Skins.
You know what I had was I had a lot of first I had one of two things. I had outlet clothes because we would go to the outlet stores.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there was one halfway between Albuquerque and Santa Fe when we lived in Albuquerque.
I would be lucky if I got those.
And the Bugle Boy outlet store was in this little outlet mall.
I had high school.
Awesome. I wore a lot of Bugle Boy.
I did in high school.
The other one is we would go to like the thrift stores or Goodwills and whatnot. My mom was always really good at finding designer pants, but like 3 generations after. Like I was a high school kid in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I was rocking a pair of Paco pants. Do you remember Paco?
I do.
With the metal tag in the back, and it had the little pillow for the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paco pants. She found them at a Goodwill. And I was rocking designer Paco pants in high school.
You do you.
But it was like, they were like Paco pants from like 1996, and it was 2001.
Well.
So, you know.
But you're in New Mexico, where we're always a year or two behind in the fashion anyway.
Put it this way. You know what got between me and my Paco pants? Issues.
So you weren't accepted as the cool kid you were with your
Turns
Paco
out
pants?
no. Turns out no. Did you know that Tommy Hilfiger actually made shoes?
I did know.
I knew that.
I did know
because I had a pair of them.
Yeah, I remember seeing them on the shelf
proudly, and they were some weird looking shoes.
And you got grief for that too?
No, I never got grief for it.
Oh.
I was more giving myself. I was my biggest critic. You know, I was just more like criticizing myself. Come to like, if you looking back, most people left me largely alone in high school or were friendly. There's like one or two. But.
I remember in elementary school, my mom took me to like J.C. Penney's for school shopping one year. And I remember getting this T-shirt. I was so happy. It was just a black T-shirt, and it had like a kid, like cartoon kid, like breakdancing on a cardboard box.
Okay.
And it just said "break in" big bubble letters underneath. Love that shirt. Nice. And I was first day of school. I was wearing my break-in shirt, and I loved my break-in shirt. I'm pretty sure I got ridiculed behind my back at nauseum, but in all fairness, breakdancing was popular back when I was that child. So Ozone and Turbo were kind of a big deal in those days.
I feel like we're roughly the same age. Do you remember No Fear?
I remember No Fear.
Yes. There was a big long period where No Fear stuff was like everybody was rocking. Yeah, everybody was wearing their No Fear attire.
We had,
and then because I was raised in the church, so we had something called Fear Not. It was ours.
Yeah. What about Skids with a Z?
Skids.
Skidz.
I don't recall
They used to
those.
make pants like
okay.
They were kind of late 80s, like late 80s, early 90s. They're more skater.
Jenko was the thing. Yeah, it was our skater pants for a while.
Skids were more bigger deal. We also were like middle school days. AJ jeans were very popular.
I remember AJ jeans.
Yeah, they were like if you had AJs, it was like you had a pair of Jordans or New Balance. There was a hot minute where New Balance was as big as Jordans.
The happiest boy I ever was when I found a pair of, and I can't remember what the brand was. They might have just been like off-brand Walmart ones, but they were the pants that zipped off to shorts.
Oh, I had a pair of those.
Those were the best.
Those
were the best.
I owned, and to be honest, my mom, one year for Christmas, bought me the pants that zip off to shorts, and then a Minnesota Vikings coat that zipped off the sleeves for a vest.
Sick.
I was Zip City.
You were all you're coated in zippers. Well,
my mom was poor, and that was my brother got a Houston Oilers one. So what did that tell you?
That was another one too. Was starter
they were warming
jackets.
on sale. No, I don't even know they were starters.
Huge.
This wasn't even starter yet. This was JCPenney special. But so it zipped off. See, I had a Vikings one, and my brother had a Houston Oilers one because they weren't the Texans.
What I used
and then my friend, like a year or two later, he got a pair of shoes from Fava, which is like Payless.
Okay.
From the day. And the Fava brand was Olympians. That was their name brand, generic name brand.
Right. It was like Russell or whatever.
So he had a pair of Olympians from Fava, which was not as cool as it sounds.
No, they probably weren't doing him any favors.
That he had a pair of high tops that zipped off to low tops. You could zip off the high top, and now it's a low top.
That sounds that makes there's no point. There's no need.
I
for
know, but it was
a little bit.
But as a middle
meat.
school kid, it wasn't about functionality. It's just like, hey, I can zip off my high top.
I just remember I would unzip one leg halfway so I'd have the exposed knee without actually damaging my pants and getting in trouble. And then there was this one kid, and he was like one of the cooler kids, and he would do this thing where he would unzip one leg all the way and just wear it around his around his ankle, the pant leg.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, because he was where he was like status wise, I wasn't sure if that was cool or not. Like it looked stupid.
He's trying to set a trend.
So one sweat pants leg up, one down.
Right.
Yeah.
Same. Which my son does inadvertently now, and I'm like, who you repping? Rep your set, fool.
Nice. Well, yeah. Now I kind of wish I had that zip-off vest coat thing. That'd be handy nowadays. Not a Vikings one, but
dude, I would flip if I could find a pair of those pants again. I don't care if carpenter pants or a bunch of pockets are out of style. I don't care.
I eventually lost the sleeves. I remember that. And so it was just a vest for long. Because actually I lost one sleeve.
So now you can only turn one direction.
Right.
Darndest thing, just do it right.
Yeah. All right, it is 9:21. Crystal is here. Construction did not slow her down, or did, but didn't stop her.
No.
So she's going to join us here in just a second. But first, let's get you up to date with the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front working its way in from the southwestern states, so we'll have a mix of sunshine and clouds this morning, but sunshine this afternoon. Wind will be gusty ahead of that cold front, around 30 miles an hour today, and this afternoon's high about 80. Overnight will be clear, mid-40s, and then quite a bit cooler on Thursday. After that cold front moves through, we'll stay in the mid-60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 60 degrees. Still a little bit of fog out there, but starting to burn off. Humidity is at 90%. Winds still blowing out of the south, 15, gusting to 25 miles per hour. Mostly sunny today and warm. Once all this burns off, expect highs near 80, 79 officially. Winds will remain breezy today out of the south, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Those breezes are bringing in cooler temperatures for after today, so it does get colder from here. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight low of 44. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's probably going to be about a good 10 degrees cooler tonight than the last couple nights here. Thursday, sunny skies, a high of 67. Winds out of the northwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear skies with an overnight low of 36. So back near freezing for Thursday night with north winds 5 to 10. For your Veterans Day, Friday, sunny, 54 for a high. So definitely a lot cooler than today. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 15 miles per hour. Friday night, if you're going to be out at the Wool Bowl, bring a jacket. Mostly clear skies, overnight low of 30. And then for the weekend, sunny and 54 for Saturday. And then sunny and 61 on Sunday. All right, it is 9:23, 3-minute break. Good news, no political ads, just garden variety commercials. And then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
The average American takes 8 to 10,000 steps each day, and for those suffering from foot problems, each one can be agonizing. The podiatry team at Artesia General Hospital can help diagnose and treat foot and ankle conditions, including diabetic foot issues, arthritis, bunions, or other problems. Doctors Joseph Marino and Joseph Krupa are podiatrists specializing in wound care, fracture care, foot and ankle surgery, and more. Put your feet in good hands. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/podiatry APPT.
You're invited to the annual Veterans Day Parade and Celebration, Saturday, November 12th, beginning at 9 a.m. on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn. Featuring guest speakers Sean Nicholson, music from Matt Miller and Tom Blake, and the laying of the wreaths by the Cub Scouts. The parade begins at 10 a.m. and moves north from the courthouse to the Wool Bowl. And enjoy special displays and food vendors after the parade in the Wool Bowl parking lot. To be a part of the event, contact Stephen Lee with the American Legion at 720-272-1455. Join us Saturday, November 12th, 9 a.m. on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn. Sponsored by Roswell Ford.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown. District playoff action gets underway this Friday night for your Goddard Rockets as they begin another drive towards Big Blue at the Wool Bowl, taking on the Wildcats of Deming High. Fiero 106.1 FM and KSVPTV.com will be there for every second of the action. Join Chris Deck and Chris Roybal for the pregame show beginning at 6:45 and kickoff at 7. Rockets versus the Wildcats of Deming High. Friday night beginning at 6:45 on Fiero 106.1 FM and online at KSVPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 27 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm liking the cloudiness and the little misties here and there.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
I don't want the sun to come out, though.
Well, good news is later this week it's definitely going to be cooler and more fall-like for sure.
Yeah.
So, good news.
Good news. We had our Christmas for the Pet sale this weekend.
Good. How'd that go?
The thrift store did a knockout job.
Awesome.
But there is still Christmas galore.
So if you're still on the hunt for Christmas decor,
they have
the thrift stop. The thrift store's got everything you need.
Yes. So they still have lots of toys for the kids, new toys that are unused, trees in boxes, brand new, light bulbs.
By the way, have you tried buying an artificial tree brand new? Have you tried buying one? You know how much they cost?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Wait.
Too much money.
Yeah, you could spend $200, $300, $400 easy on a tree. Where you go to the thrift store and how much you charging for those trees?
I think they're like $25.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you, like you said, some are brand new, still sealed in the box.
Right. They've got a ton of Christmas wreaths and all the clothes on this coming Saturday for Veterans Day. Since everybody's celebrating Veterans Day on Saturday this year.
Yeah.
All clothes in the store are going to be half off.
Oh, nice. Very good.
So
come and shop and save course, come after the Veterans Parade and all that, and then maybe because you guys, what time you guys open on Saturdays?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. So perfect. You're gonna parade and everything will be go to the Wool Bowl for a little bit, and then come on down to the thrift store and save a bunch of money on clothing and Christmas decor.
They today obviously is Wednesday instead of Thursdays.
Yes.
So they're opening at 10 a.m. this morning with all newly restocked shelves.
It's the new stuff day.
New stuff day.
Yeah.
And then just a reminder that Senior Day is on Thursdays.
Okay.
All seniors receive 20% off their entire purchase.
Seniors, what's senior start for you guys?
65.
65 and up. Very good. So 65 and up, come on down and on Thursdays and save a little bit more. By the way, if you miss the sale days, it's not that big a deal because the prices are already deeply discounted compared to brand new stuff. Every dime that you spend in that thrift store goes back to helping the pets. So take advantage of the sales, sure, because you to do the best, but you're going to save a ton anyway. And, if you pay more, you're helping pets a little bit better. So I'm all for sales, and that's great. But at the same time, don't, if you can afford it just to buy, go in there and pay full price sometimes or, discounted full price for the thrift store.
Discounted
just
full.
Because at the end of the day, that's a vet bill that gets paid for. That's kitty litter or dog food that's now on the shelves for when it's needed at the shelter there. That's paying for cleaning supplies when, by the way, pets are messy. You ever heard that? They are messy and they require a lot of cleaning and taking care of.
They do. That's why we're still hiring. Still hiring.
Yeah.
But also, so if you have like a Christmas party coming up and you plan on doing the whole ugly sweater theme,
you got them covered?
They have an entire rack of just god awful ugly sweaters.
Really bad ones. So
some of them are like added on ugly sweaters, like you went and bought it from the store and added your own ugly.
Hey, this isn't nearly ugly enough. I need to add more ugly to it.
Yeah, so they've got an entire rack full of just ugly sweaters.
Okay, so
they have an entire rack of Christmas onesie pajamas.
Okay, yeah, there's always a sect, and every family's got the one person. Every family has that one person. Let's do a Christmas photo in onesies this year. Every family has one. And
that was my husband.
Yeah, most of the family wants to shoot them down, except for maybe they get one supporter. But every family has one. So when that person brings that up and you actually lose and that person wins, you can go to the thrift store and get your onesies.
Or if you just want to wear your onesie around the house to be a child in secret.
Yeah.
We're all down for that.
Yeah, if you're like, hey, I do me. I like a onesie. It's comfortable. Whatever you want, man. It's your world. You live in it. Do your thing.
They're just a little uncooperative when you got to go to the bathroom
That's
really
my
quickly.
problem is the escapability is hard if you got emergency
But
situations.
men are so easy. They have the whole little flap in the back for the men, and then you got the little button in the front.
Well,
Y'all are covered.
Yeah, our aim is not the best. And it's one thing. It's one thing to miss the front flap. You miss the back flap. That's a bad day.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we unfortunately we don't have the whole just drop a flap issue. No. We have to just take it all off.
That requires some precision aim sometimes with the flaps.
Yes. They also have the book room is open.
Okay. And organized. They spent a bunch of time reorganizing, making it so now it's kind of set up like a library where it's by categories,
and alphabetical.
Yeah.
So Abby spent countless hours arranging this, and she's still continuing to spend hours to keep it restocked and all in order and all of that.
This is a coordinated monthly test of the broadcast stations in our area. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. If this had been an actual emergency such as flash flood, fire, or tornado, official messages would have followed this alert tone. This
All right, sorry about that. We got interrupted by the EAS test there. You were talking. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I hear the and I was like, we're out of tornado season.
Yeah, it's just the monthly test. No, nothing to worry about here. So.
Oh, I'm at the beginning of the month. I get it.
Well, it's supposed to be random. It happens any time of the month, so sometimes we may see it, sometimes we may not. Just
I've been doing this for years, and that's my first time.
Yeah, we do a random monthly test. Well, we don't. They do. And so
we just get caught in it.
Where we're just a part of the chain, yeah. Because it's weird because how EAS works, it's a little different. It's kind of a daisy chain type thing. So, like there's flagship stations that get the EAS alert from National Weather or whoever it comes from. And then they share it to the other, and then they share it to the other TV and radio stations, and those TV stations share it to the other. So we're kind of in a chain. So we get ours. I think people here get it from us now, and then we get it from one in Albuquerque, like KOB or KO, and it's all kind of it's like a daisy chain where one tells one and the other tells it, and it's that same kind of concept, and that's how EAS works pretty much in every state. That's how the system works, which is part of the reason why it still sounds like 1902 technology when you hear the guy talk, and you're like, come on, it's 2022. Can we get sound like the guys in Pango?
Can we update him?
Yeah. But anyway, the two little inside baseball on EAS alerts there for you. But I'm sorry. Let's get back to the dogs.
It's okay. Yeah. But the book room is completely redone. And like I said, Abby spent countless hours organizing it, keeping it restocked. And they've got markers, fiction, nonfiction, history, blah, 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 whatever you want.
Sure.
She's got it all marked out.
Do they have a few, like the new ones they keep aside if you want to buy for gifts or something like that right now? I know with the holidays, sometimes if someone donates a brand new book.
I think she just has them all out there. Okay. And it doesn't matter new or used, all prices are the same.
Okay, sweet. So if you come across a new one if you want to give it or something.
Right.
Like that. And if it's a rare book.
And instead of writing the prices inside the book, there's a price chart.
Gotcha.
When you walk into the book room. That'll tell you,
technically graffitiing the book with a price.
Right.
And I imagine, paperbacks are the cheapest, and they probably have what do they call them, the trade paperbacks, or what are the ones that are a little bit more stout than regular paperbacks, and then your hardcover.
And then there's another book after that, a table book.
Yeah.
And then a something else book.
The coffee table book. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is usually the size of, Rhode Island.
Those are the books that you just sit and you stand over here and you walk the page over to flip.
A lot of pictures. Usually pictures of mountains or famous people or something. Yeah. But they're good conversation pieces. You put them on the coffee table at each company. It's like, oh, what is that? The waterfalls? Let's look at waterfalls. Something like that. Anyway, people like it. But if you are looking for that kind of stuff, that's especially with like coffee.
Your mic is turned off. They can't hear you.
Why is my mic turned off? I'm here. My mic is on. Let me go to headphones. Hello. Is it still off? No, I'm hearing. Why is my mic is? That's weird.
Your EA system.
Yeah, my mic is not working. I can hear yours. That is weird. Why is that? All right. Let's try this.
Which one do you want?
Let me try this microphone here. Let's see. Oh, it's jammed. All right. Sorry if I sound like I'm yelling through it. Whatever, my mic is not working. Hello. That's weird. The EAS thing messed up. All right, let's try.
Here. Here, you take my mic off.
There we go. So let me go on 3. All right, and turn off 1, and you're on 2 now. All right, this is comfortable. I can do this.
Oh my God.
What's that?
My husband says I should come on radio next month in a onesie. Hence the reason I know your mic was off. He's like, I can't hear Mike. His mic is off.
Oh, man. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on there. We'll have to check into that. So might have to reboot something here after the show. But, yeah, I lost my mic.
Problems 101.
Yeah, that is weird. Oh, is it back? Hello? No.
No.
No, it's not. Okay. I thought maybe it came back. All right. Sorry. This interview's going off the rails when EAS and not Mike's working, and something's going on. Someone's mojo ain't working too well this morning. But anyway.
Somebody didn't have their coffee.
Yeah. So my apologies. But what else? Is there any more thrift store stuff we got to talk about?
No, we're good on thrift store.
Okay. Now that we are past Halloween.
Yes.
If you're wanting to
Black
adopt,
cats are up for adoption.
Black and all white cats, they are now available for adoption. The ones you had there at the home,
yes,
or the shelter there. So if you've been keeping an eyeball on one on the website or checking in, now's the time to go bring that kitty home. So.
And then we have like 30 cats right now that are available for adoption. Yeah.
So pretty good amount.
We have a ton of cats.
Are they younger adult cats or
ranging
kind of a variety
from 3 months up to, I think the oldest one we have right now is 1.5 years, 2 years old.
Okay. So pretty young for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a kitten or adult kitten brain, adult size kitten brain.
Right.
How about the dogs?
Oh, plenty of dogs, full of dogs. We still have Sunflower, we still have Polly, we still have Max and Rose. They've all been there officially 1 year.
Okay. Wow.
Sunflower is at 14 months, going on 15
They
months.
should not be, no pet should be there that long.
No.
That's too long.
And we had to have Sunflower spayed because she kept going in and out of heat. So we wanted to make sure she didn't have a medical issue. So she taught us a new trick that she knows that we didn't know.
Oh, yeah?
So we have a different latch style at our shelter. Well, at the vet's office, they have like a small holding kennel until after they come out of anesthesia, they're awake and they're doing okay. Then they put them out in one of the boarding runs, which is just a regular chain link gate.
Oh, okay.
Just, you just open the latch.
Okay.
Well, they put a cone on her so she wouldn't lick her sutures. Well, she took her cone off, opened the gate, picked up her cone, walked out, and went back into the surgical room because it's got a swing door.
Mm-hmm.
Pushed the swing door open and went and sat next to the technician while she was helping with another surgery. So she knows how to open chain link gates.
That's funny. I saw one like a TikTok video or something, and I love watching those videos where the dogs work in cahoots to get things like escape from things.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one like that with one of those gates, and the one figured out how to open it and then held it open for the other one to come out and then closed it. It was just funny.
I laugh at the dogs that like hop on stuff and then hop over
Mm-hmm.
and then come back through.
Yeah.
Like they just walk right back through, and I'm like, well, you could have walked right through the first time, but I don't know.
They are dogs. But yeah, they can be scary smart sometimes.
They
that
can.
Way, so and cats
all
are,
animals are.
Yeah, cats can do it too. I've
Cats
seen
are
them.
super smarter than their own good.
I always like watching when dogs can get their own water out of the sink. That makes, like when they turn on the sink and drink out and then turn it off.
I love is the dogs who use the ice machine on the refrigerators.
Oh, yeah.
So they push a little thing, drop some ice cubes, eat the ice cubes. My sister's dogs eat ice cubes as treats.
Yeah. My dog used to. Sissy used to. My cats love to play with them, but they don't eat them. They just whack them around for about 20 until they whack them under a fridge or something, and it's out of reach and it melts, and I'm sure I got puddles in her there.
And so my sister has a Great Dane who's equal in size to be able to push the button.
Yeah.
She hasn't learned exactly, how to push the button because the sound of the ice maker kind of weirds her
It's
out.
intimidating, yeah.
She's like,
It is noisy, yeah.
But, as soon as the ice cubes start falling, she's like, oh, hey, it's treats, it's treats. My dogs are like, what are you doing?
It's like,
But they're like, oh, okay, y'all are eating it, so I guess we'll eat it,
Yeah. And then my cats also, whenever I open or close the fridge because of the light, one of my cats generally rushes up just to chase the light on the floor, like the light shadow from it, and she'll just whack it and attack it till I freezer or the refrigerator part. She's excited every time I open it. So
yeah.
But so lots of dogs, lots of
dogs.
cats.
We don't have a whole lot of small dogs. It's
So it's all larger dogs?
medium to large dogs.
Okay, so if you want a bigger, not the arms, holding the arm type dog, but ones that run around and take on walks and do those kind of things.
We have a lot of dogs that love to play fetch, that love ball, that love to just be around you and have so much love and attention. Max and Rose have come a long way from when we first got them. They were super not happy with people. They just didn't have human interaction, and so they were scared of people.
Gotcha.
Rose is still a little shy, but not as bad as she used to be. But a lot like loud sounds and stuff like that. She's like, nope, I'm a big dog hiding under a little couch. And she's really not big. She's probably 45 pounds. She's all legs.
I think I might just fix my problem. Hold on. Hello. I just thought of something. Sorry, I was listening, but I check. Now it's still not working. Sorry, that didn't work as way I thought it was. I thought maybe my profile change might have knocked my mic off, but that wasn't it. So,
nope.
Sorry, I'm trying to troubleshoot in my head as I'm talking to you. I'm thinking, why could cause this? It's not the board.
A man who can multitask. Oh my God.
So I was trying to think in my head on what could be causing my mic issue, while at the same time listening and talking about the dogs and the
good job multitasking.
I don't know how good I am at it, but I was trying there.
Hey.
So, but and
lots
the great
of big dogs.
Yeah, and another thing. This is a good time of year with the weather.
Walking.
So if you want to take the dogs for walks or come and play with the dogs, take them outside for a little bit. This is beautiful weather for that. We don't have to worry about being too hot for their paws and things like that.
Right, and they love the cool. They love it.
Yeah.
You know, obviously not when it's like 14 degrees outside, but
like
you know.
Right now, 60s or whatever, yeah.
This is like all this upcoming week is going to be perfect weather for, walking dogs, interacting with them outside, taking them to the park. If you want to brush on one of them, we got the grooming supplies there, it helps us, it helps them, and it gets them out of the kennel and more interaction with a human.
Yeah, absolutely. So please, if you can't adopt because you live in an apartment or just you don't have ideal situations to own a pet.
Or you live somewhere they don't allow pets.
Yeah, they don't allow them, but you're a pet lover. This is a great way you can help out. That way you can get your little pet fix and kind of rub and love and all in the pets and have fun with them. But at the same time, making them more suitable for adoption, because the more, like you said, the more human contact, the more interactions they have with people and families and stuff like that, the more comfortable they're going to be around the people. And then we say this every time, but whenever you adopt an animal from a shelter, I don't care if it's the Humane Society or Animal Control or wherever, you're going to see the animals at their worst. They're in kennels, they're cages, they don't get to roam free. They're kind of, they're institutionalized, as you might have heard from Shawshank Redemption. They got a little bit of that going on. And so they're going to be reserved or quiet or barky and not comfortable. But once you get them out of that element and then you get to meet them and the personality, and that's when you really get to see what the pet's like. So when you do come and look for the pets to adopt, and take that moment to take them into a room and meet them by themselves and interact with them, so you can kind of see a little bit more what their personality is like. And then obviously they're just meeting you too, so they're going to be a little nervous, a little apprehensive or whatever.
And
or
sometimes you have dogs that don't have any affection by the kennels. They're just like, whatever,
Yeah.
And they're perfectly fine. But then you have the dogs that are like complete shutdown, lockdown, and they're like, no, this is sensory overload.
They're like people. They react differently to it, like you would if you were in that situation.
And because we can't understand what they're barking at their neighbor, they might be fighting each other all the time. They might be throwing words.
Yeah, it could be.
Your poop smells really bad today.
Why'd you put me next to this fool? Put me down there. I like that guy. Put me down by that guy.
Right? If we could understand what they're saying, we could probably help them a whole lot better than, we do. But we do the best that we can in all situations to make sure they're friendly with everybody.
Absolutely.
If they're, still shy and scared, we hold them in quarantine a little bit longer until we're comfortable with bringing them out, because we don't want to completely overload them and shut them down.
We don't make it a traumatizing experience for them. We're trying to provide good, loving places and treat them like loving pets, and that's the love they get there. But it's not their
It's
a
not a
natural
home.
environment for
It's
them.
not
It's not
a
a
home.
home. Yeah. So please factor that in when you're adopting, and like you said, if you have time to volunteer, please
do.
come, because that's where it really helps there. When these dogs get to be dogs and play fetch and, you know, roll around on the floor with you and do all the things you do with dogs, that makes them dogs. And the same thing with cats. Cats are a little bit more personality, you know, they're standoffish and things, but the more human interaction they have too, it also, you know, rubbing up on petting, you know, where cats are more standoff. If they get a little love, and I was like, wait a minute, I like that ear scratch, you should do that more to me. And so there, you know, so that does, it's not as significant with dogs and cats, but it's also important for cats too.
Right.
But it's bigger for dogs. But either way, I recommend it for both, because they're going through the same thing. They just treat it a little differently personality wise. That's just how cats are. So
Cats are a lot different than dogs, but sometimes a lot of the same in the way, because
Sure.
you know, they both want your attention, but cats don't want to let you know they want your attention.
they like to tease you. Like
Yes.
they'll pretend like they don't want it, and even like deny you. Like if you try to pet them and they turn away, like, and then as soon as you say no, then they rub up on your leg. Like, okay, happy now. That's
Yeah, they're
just
like,
as cats.
okay.
They
I
want
was
it on
just
their
playing.
terms, not
I was
your
just playing.
terms. Yeah, they want to make it like they're in charge. And if you pretend that they're in charge while they're doing it, they do whatever you want. That's the secret. They don't know it yet. I just pretend like they're in charge, and then I gently nudge them where the way I want them to go. But, you know, I figured it out. But, yeah, you just treat them like they're in charge. Oh, you can lead. Sure, let you walk lead. No, because I can't go up my hallway in my bedroom, from my bedroom to my living room with the cats with me. She's got to bolt out in front of me and walk in front of me. I'll hear her just sprint, and then she gets right in front of me, slows down, and just walks slow right in front of me like she's leading the parade. She does it every time.
She's like, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. It cannot happen.
Yeah, she follows me wherever I go. I go to the bathroom. I get out. She's sitting there yelling at me. Why'd you close the door? Leave me out of the bathroom. I was like,
Hey.
I didn't want you in there.
Hey.
Yeah. She's, yeah. They'll stick her paw under the door and then move the door jamb back and forth. So it goes, do. That's Bella. Hannah does the leans on it and does the fake scratch thing. Yeah, that's her. So.
She's like, let me in. Or let me out, one of the two.
Yeah. Well, usually in. They want in. And then as soon as I open it, the door, she says, "Mama, mama." She's literally yelling at me as I open the door, and she says, "Mama," and then she comes up and starts kneading on my shoes. That's usually how my exiting the bathroom goes in my house.
She's like,
So,
stop. I have to. Yep.
yeah.
Okay, they're still there.
That's pretty much the routine in our house. But you let her kind of dictate that and then do your thing, and then they're happy. So.
And that's what makes having pets in a home different than not having them in a home.
Absolutely. Yeah, your schedule is not dictated by you. Contrary to popular belief, it is not.
Yeah.
But they are great assets. That's what
They
I love.
are.
That, you know, our life is so much better with our cats in it. They're so much better when when dogs I've had over the years loved it, and they're just, it's a great asset to any home if you do it right.
You realize how much happier you are, like when you're loving on an animal. Studies say that your serotonin levels rise by 10% when you are petting a dog or a cat, or like an animal in general.
Right.
But they help bring your serotonin levels up. They help you just be happy, and they can sense when you've had a bad day. They're gonna come up. They're gonna lay on you. They're gonna bug the crap out of you.
Sure.
And that's because they know something's wrong and they're trying to fix it in the best way they know how.
Yeah. Like when I get sick, my cats will actually lay on me. Like I've had, and generally one of them never lays on me. And I've had times where I've gone to bed, lay down sick, and both cats are laying on me because they sense like what you're saying. So yeah, it's very true. So please, if you have a space in your home, please come out,
come see us,
come talk to them. And like you said, even if your home isn't, like maybe you can adopt a cat instead of a dog,
Right. And there's some places that allow small dogs, not big dogs.
Yeah.
Or they allow small animals and not large animals, or you can have a cat or a dog.
Yeah.
But we want to help you with the best match that's going to fit you
Sure.
into your home and your lifestyle.
Because we want this to succeed. We want you to be the pet lover that for the next 15 years or whatever, this pet's your partner. And then when this one's going off to the big field in the sky, you go back and say, hey, I need a new friend. I'm ready for a new friend, and I'm going to go back to the Humane Society. So,
yes, please come see us.
Yeah. Give out hours and everything before we go here.
For the kennels, it's Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 12 and 1 to 4:30.
Okay.
And then for the thrift store, it's Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4:30.
Very good. And don't forget, today is New Stuff Day at the thrift store.
Yes.
Wednesday's new. So right about now, they're all gathering at the front door.
Yep.
Getting ready.
The line is there.
Yeah. So they'll be opening here in about 7 minutes. So.
And you can also, if today's not a good day for you, go tomorrow.
Yeah.
They put new
I'm
stuff
just saying
out.
the very new stuff, and so like first dibs is now.
Yes, they put new stuff out every single day, but Wednesdays is like the big new stuff day.
It's like when they opened up the Great West for expansion, and they had this. Remember Far and Away or whatever that Tom Cruise movie was, where they're all just sprinting towards the west to get there. That's the thrift store this morning.
Every Wednesday, that's what you need to think of.
Yeah, exactly. Well, very good. Well, RoswellHumane.org is the website.
Yes.
You can see every single pet that's available for adoption, including the ones in quarantine. The ones that have not available next to them, they're in quarantine. But every pet you see on the website is looking for a home.
They are. And the reason, it'll say they're not available, and that's just meaning they're getting brought current on shots, or they might be on medication for some reason. It doesn't mean that they won't become available. It just means that they're not available at that moment.
Sure. So if you find one that you fall in love there, call, ask, check in, and
Email,
follow up. And
something.
Yeah. And then, of course, if you have any questions about being a member or thrift store, all that, you can find it there at the website.
Yeah, memberships are about to be due.
Good deal. That's a great way to support the Humane Society, your pets, kids, everybody.
If you go to our Facebook page or to our website, you will see our new logo.
Oh, nice.
So we had a grant that was given to us to redesign our logo.
Okay.
So our new logo is of a dog and a cat inside a spaceship.
Nice. That's very apropos.
Yeah. So it's very cool, very sweet.
Yeah. Very cute.
Simple, but it just basically sums Roswell up.
Sure.
Little spaceship, dog and a cat together. Hi.
Yeah. There you go. And then an alien adopting them off to their planet.
Right. They're like, we adopt that one.
You'll love life on Mars or whatever planet they go. Not Mars, but one of those made up.
Pluto.
Melmac? Is that where Mork from Mindy came from?
Oh, yeah, Melmac.
Melmac. Yeah, maybe they're from Melmac.
Yeah.
Or was that Alf? Was Alf from Melmac?
I don't know.
One of them was from Melmac.
I want to go see Alf.
Yeah,
though,
I can't remember if it's Alf or Mork that was from Melmac. Might be Alf, now that I think about it. Where was Mork from, though? I don't know. Now I got to go look up my old reference. My brain's failing me. So, as always, appreciate the visit.
Thank you very
We'll see you
much.
next time here in a couple of weeks,
Yes.
okay? All right, it is 9:56. Quick Wall Street business. Quick break before we go. Don't go away.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Facebook and Instagram's parent Meta is laying off 11,000 people. That's 13% of its workforce.
It does show that big tech is really having to tighten the purse belts at the moment, if you like. Mark Zuckerberg had a really contrite tone in a message to staff. He's apologized.
That's a BBC's Zoe Kleinman. Twitter has started adding gray official labels to some high-profile accounts to indicate that those accounts are the real deal. It is the latest twist in new owner Elon Musk's overhaul of the platform's verification system. The German government today blocked the sale of a chip factory to the Swedish subsidiary of a Chinese firm, a decision that comes as Berlin grapples with its future approach to Beijing. A lower open this morning on Wall Street. Uncertainty remains over control of Congress. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing, and nothing makes us happier than telling our customers no. As in, no pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. For an estimate, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
People first.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
Hey. If you signed up for health insurance, then you know how great it is to be able to see a doctor, get medications, and know that your health is completely covered. Well, now's the time to re-enroll, switch coverage, or even switch insurance carriers if you'd like, because now health insurance is more affordable than ever. Be sure you're receiving the level of coverage and savings you deserve. Visit BeWellNM.com today to re-enroll and to see how much more you can save.
District playoff action gets underway this Saturday afternoon for your Roswell Coyotes as they begin another drive towards Big Blue at the Wool Bowl, taking on the Panthers of Gadsden High. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSBPTV.com will be there for every second of the action. Join Art Sandoval and Kelly McDonald for the pregame show beginning at 11:45 and kickoff at noon. Coyotes versus the Panthers of Gadsden High, Saturday beginning at 11:45 on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and online at KSBPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on... I'm going to try something real quick. Check 1 2, check 1 2. It's not working. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. National politics reporter Meg Kennard says too many races remain too close to call.
At this point, we're not sure exactly who's going to be in control of Congress, either the House or the Senate. There are a lot of races where counting is close, and we haven't been able to determine exactly which party is going to have the leg up in either chamber. But it's clear that if we do go into this next session of Congress with a slim majority on either side, it will continue to be contentious. There will be hard-fought debates on any number of issues. And so these next couple hours, days, even weeks, as we figure out the winners of some of those races, will help us get an idea of what the next session of Congress is really going to look like.
Also at townhall.com, in Georgia, the state likely to head to a December